only gonna do this once. Classic! Lord God, anything attached to me that could be holding me down and keeping me from my ascension. I pray that you detach that from me, so I can fly. They think ill about me, they feel around me. Lord God, please set me free. I ain't going out like Gandhi, bet it won't be nobody next to me. Cause I'm watching the people I'm loving the closest way more than the people I don't. Cause the people that hurt me the most in this life be the people that's locked in my phone. They made a mistake, I gave them some grace. I make a mistake and they won't do the same. People be dishing out what they can't take and they take what they cannot get back to the game. I'm unforgiving cause I'm unforgetting, I harbor resentment. I know what you did me. I am not Jesus, it ain't no repentance when I'm on a mission and moving relentless. Been here before, I know the feeling. Think it's forever, the end to be chilling. Mike Jackson, my life is a thriller. Close to midnight, I turn to the villain. Boundaries over sparing your feelings. Sebastian gone, you can cry me a rip. To be great, you gon' have to be different. When you say it, they gotta know that you meant it. Classic! 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 The Classic Codes disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. All statements made are alleged, opinion-based, and a part of a public discussion. We are content creators reacting to publicly available information, not journalists or legal professionals. Nothing stated should be interpreted as factual claims or assertions of wrongdoing. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm only gonna do this once.
Remember this day.
I seen people be so fickle, nothing surprised me.
Don't be a fucking man.
Double-edged sword, though, because it'll have you looking at everybody sideways. Shit.
It's already out there.
Look around, don't know who to trust. Not for real. Lately I've been paranoid, I gotta chill. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled. Ain't satisfied till I touch a certain ends. Can't say the number, they apply against my plans. I'm turning up, dog, this one for the gym. Come to these bars, I only play above the rim. Boy, I'm Thomas Shepard, long sleeve with the quarter.
Oh, nigga, you know what's up, we kept the style.
Nail with the defense, too slick, you can't touch me. Bud Crawford on offense, I'm unassuming, but I'm really punching. Underrated, I'm starting to love it. Stacking days, I'm stacking the budget. When I win, ain't none of it lucky. Tapped in, I got it from nothing. Stay ready, preheated the oven, just did a theater. I'm still in recovery. Therapy team, they really love me. They'd kill me if they knew I was jumping. High speed chase, I had to punch it in front of thousands. I started with hundreds. Don't really see no competition, this look like a luncheon. Suggest you let me mind my business, catch you if you lunging. They love you all these years, but at the end you wasn't nothing. Look around, don't know who to trust. Not for real. Lately I've been paranoid, I gotta chill. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled. Present with poise, but I really got no chill. Far as blood, it ain't too thick to get spilled. They think I'm too cool to click, not for real. God ain't done with me yet, dog, I gotta heal. I ain't no run of the mill. Had to surround myself with steel. Yeah, I've been sharpening steel. Hard to feel hard feelings at all when I can hardly feel. Hard as hell counting losses till you count the wins. If I could take the pain all over, swear I'd do it again. The way them hard times unlock me, look different, twin. If you don't understand my plight, then we just different men. If you can't understand my fight, then we got different hands. Yeah, different songs. I'm talking about different days. I'm talking about different tribes. I'm talking about different clans. Boy, I'm sticking to the codes to the bitter end. I'ma live and die by it till I'm ashes in a can. Look around, don't know who to trust. Not for real. Lately I've been paranoid. I gotta nigga. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. Classic. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled.
It ain't even about being a real dude or a fake dude or a person. I'm me.
Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got the dogs with me. What up, fellas?
Yo, it's Tez with the TezDown. This is the human experience, but with an addition. We brought the homeboy In2tdep. What's up, In2tdep?
You know, just drinking a ginger beer, trying to stay cool in the
I
summer.
thought you ran out last night.
No. I ran out for the show. I'm never out of that. You know?
Okay. All right. Okay. Feel you. I see how you doing.
Yeah, man.
Kombucha tea. There's kombucha now, you know, but ginger beer.
Make sure y'all do all the free stuff to get the show started. Make sure y'all hit the like, hit the subscribe button, share this to your favorite or primary social media platform to give other people an opportunity to decide how they feel about our show. We do have a great show for y'all, but yeah, knock out the free stuff. If you don't like hearing it from us, gentlemen.
Hey, y'all. Hit the like and subscribe button while you're here. Classic really appreciates it.
All right.
Sure.
So we ain't gonna waste we ain't gonna waste no time. We getting straight into it. Jazz Noel said, "Hey, Candy Girl." Okay, they getting acquainted in the
What's
chat.
up, Jazz? How you doing?
Major P, what's up? We finna skip roll call, man. What's going on, everybody? In2tdep put in the chat. Welcome into the newbies. Come on in, hit the subscribe button. Jay Sanders in the chat. What's up, man? Monday motivation here. Candy here. Jazz Noel in here early. Major P in here early. What's going on? What's going on to everybody that's not hands-free? Make sure y'all turn up in the chat as we go along. So we're going to start off the show with the super enhanced audio. We're going to slide over to none other than our brother House of Hypocrites, man. We're going to tap in with House and listen to a portion of his video of the super enhanced audio. For those of y'all that don't know, just to give you a synopsis. So there was the original actual audio that came out, right, for the Cito phone call, where they were calling for help on the sinking boat, right? The original audio has been verified to be, you know, a real thing. It's not AI generated. The original audio is what it is. It's publicly available to us all now. So if you want to listen to just that and decipher what you hear in that, that's fine. We know for many, many years, all the government agencies have been able to clean up, you know, damn near inaudible audio to determine exactly what people are saying on important phone calls. And so another audio engineer, in addition to the first one, who took out the operator's voice and then tried to do some non-AI simple editing techniques to enhance our listening to the audio, an additional engineer has come into the fold who was able to raise up the lows of the audio with aggressive gain. For those of y'all that need it in layman's terms, they turned up the volume, right? so you can more clearly decipher and distinguish so you can more clearly decipher and distinguish some of the things that were almost hard to hear or we weren't able to. We will be getting a but as we play it, go ahead and close your eyes for maybe the first listen, and we'll try to play it more than once. But yeah, let's get into it right now. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. 333. Let's go.
The video back with the transcript, and let's see if it matches up to what you heard. Now check this out. If you want to see how you look in a black on black love t-shirts or hoodie, go to the website 95way.com.
Because I like House of Hypocrites, I'm gonna let him push his merch.
yeah, I did too.
Click on virtual try on. Take a picture, upload the picture, bam. That's how you look in a black on black love.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Tez?
I let him too, because like, go ahead, bro. Push that
let
merch.
him rock.
Yeah, let him do his thing.
Hoodie or t-shirt. Y'all know this is a protest to black on black crime. This is a image on our people, so you wear this as a message and you live it as a mindset.
Hey, where's the
It sounds like a girl said I'm stupid. Somebody did say stop talking to me and y'all are dumb. I wonder what y'all heard before y'all see in this transcript.
Hey, where's Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Oh, let the fuck up!
I heard somebody said shut up or get the F up. See, I know the F up is in there. And look, y'all should be in y'all car listening to this. If you not see, I'm already knowing my analysis and my opinion on what I heard. So me listening to it from my computer or my TV, I'm going off of muscle memory. But y'all should be in y'all car listening to this because it's gonna have a better sound. I'm not gonna interrupt it until it finishes.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Oh, let the fuck up! Damn it, Bart. What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Try that. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2. What? Yeah, everybody's off the way. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look. Will. Wait, north. All right, are you ready? North 3 degrees. 46.72. Sorry, hey, what do I need to send you? Yeah, what? Yeah, we do not have the VHS radio. Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we are at Horn Island. Yes. If we were sinking, yes. Oh, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes. You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou launch. No, there's no children. Hey, Lord, stop at the water. Yeah, jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Whoa.
Oh. Take out of here. Take out of here. Hello. Take out of here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There are 0 adults on board. No. Nobody here is over the age of 21. Hello? Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
So y'all should have left y'all timestamps on what you heard. I'm about to play it back, but it's gonna have the transcript of.
Do y'all have anything to say so far before he plays the transcripted one?
So once again, we hear the name Bart being brought up again in another context, but Bart said he wasn't even there. Bart said, I haven't been back to that area in a year. I've been in Wyoming.
They explained that already, though, Tex.
Yeah. Well, the explanation that came out was that, he meant he wasn't over there in Ocean Springs.
No, he wasn't in Paso, whatever.
Oh, Paso. Yeah. That area, which is like what we determined was literally a half-hour drive away. 26 miles. Yeah. 26 miles.
The other thing I'm looking at is I was looking at the distance you would have to be from Horn Island at 31 feet of water. It's saying you're roughly going to be about 2 to 3 miles. So if Nolan wasn't on that boat, that's my question. Is like,
if he wasn't on the boat and they're 3 miles out, why are they still saying his name?
Exactly.
Why are multiple people saying his name in this audio?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all focused on. They're not focused on what's happening with the boat. They're focusing on what's the people in the background are all focusing on what's going on with Nolan.
Allegedly, right?
Well, I mean, if I'm going to believe what we're about to hear next, then yeah.
I'm gonna wait till the caption version come out. And House of Hypocrites gives a lot of good commentary as well. Let's listen through this patiently, y'all. This is very important. The reason why we have to take our time with this piece of the live stream, especially, is because what we're listening to could very well make this case. Because everyone's focused on, not everyone, but a lot of folks are focused on what they think happened exactly, right? I've seen people say Bart was a kicker and maybe he kicked him. I've seen people say, it seems to them. No, I'm serious. Like, there's so many people trying to come up with what actually happened. And my focus is this: putting Nolan on the boat. If we can prove Nolan's on the boat, their whole story that they lied about from day one literally goes out the door. So the most important thing is verifying that Nolan made it on this boat that clearly during this call had left land. Once we put Nolan on the boat, people start getting arrested. And the fact that this audio pretty clearly puts Nolan on the boat, I'm trying to figure out what's taking so long. Are we just going to wait for the grand jury or what, But let's see what's up. Let's listen to House.
This 20-year audio engineer that he don't want to be named. Shout out to Taylor House Publishing for bringing this to the internet, and a guy by the name of Elliot, who this audio was sent to,
you, brother.
Right? So I'm about to play the video back with the transcript, and let's see if it matches up to what you heard. Now check this out. If you want to see how you look in the Black on Black Love t-shirts or hoodie, go to the website 95way.com, click on virtual try on, take a picture, upload the picture, bam, That's how you look in a black on black love hoodie or t-shirt. Y'all know this is a protest to black on black crime. This is a protest to them pushing a negative image on our people. So you wear this as a message and you live as a mindset.
Hey, we're at the West.
It sounds like a girl said I'm stupid. Somebody did say stop talking to me, and y'all are dumb. I wonder what y'all heard before y'all seeing this transcript.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Let the fuck up!
I heard somebody said shut up or get the F up. See, I know the F up is in there. And look, y'all should be in y'all car listening to this. If you not see, I'm already knowing my analysis and my opinion on what I heard. So me listening to it from my computer or my TV, I'm going off of muscle memory, but y'all should be in y'all car listening to this because it's gonna have a better sound. People that's on their TVs, on their phones, and if you got headphones, that's cool too. But in the car, it's different frequencies, it's highest frequencies. Your speakers are stronger than your earbuds, and it's a lot of things that you'll be able to hear, and you'll be able to timestamp it on your phone from your phone and still be able to listen to it and rewind it. But somebody did say either get the F up or shut the F up. But I did hear the girl say, I'm dumb. I wonder why she said that.
Damn it, Bart.
Damn it, Bart has always been clear as day. They didn't have to enhance that.
No.
And to add, Bart showed up on another boat. Now, people think they was told by Cito. They were told, I believe, by Bart. So they wouldn't even told by an official company, I believe.
What'd you say? Hey. It's going up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Try that. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2. Atkinson. Try that. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2.
Oh, I did hear shut the F up. And that's when he muted the phone. Because she said, why is good the other boy is dead? We're not just hearing this. This is what they saying.
What? Yeah, everybody's off the way. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look. Will.
One thing for damn sure, the audio definitely done switched away from them fixing a boat a little bit ago. Mm-hmm. Y'all hearing that too?
Yeah.
Tez, you muted, gang.
That nobody is talking about them fixing a boat at all.
Not at all.
I feel like just a little at certain points earlier on,
Yes, but I'm talking about at this point that we're at. That's out the window.
Yeah, this is resuscitation talk, right? And are we tripping? Like they want us to hear that. That's what I told y'all, man. When I made the video, I said their strategy is to show you the actual truth, because if they heard this audio as well, which they obviously have, they know that it's very much incriminating. So we put this in, we let it go out into the forefront, and then we try to dispel the truth, right? We try to make people believe that they're not hearing what they're hearing. Listen, bruh, there's enough in here, man. And the fact that they haven't moved already is just, it's alarming. But let's continue.
Wait, all right, are you ready?
And mind you, they only isolated the boys' voice in the background. They took out the Ceto lady, SEATOW. They took out her voice. Show y'all how to do this. So y'all won't. Then I would get the official audio that was released to one of the news stations or TMZ and show y'all how to isolate these particular voices and how to break tracks up.
4672. Sorry, look. Hey, what do I need to send you? Yeah, what? Yeah, we do not have the VHS right here. Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we are at Horn Island. Yes.
Hit the like and subscribe button while you're here. It's totally free. A lot of people in here right now. Likes need to get close to matching. Hit the like button while you're here. If you hate watching, we don't expect nothing from you. But for everybody else that's tapped in, please tap in. Let's get it.
That was a strange thing, because that coordinate was 3 miles away from Horn Island. It's not exactly on Horn Island. So if you saying, hey, we on Horn Island, it's almost trying to make it appear as if you was right there by the sand where walking distance or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not walking distance, but like the knee-high, waist-high water. But no, my coordinates was 3 miles away from Horn Island. So Bart and them had to come rescue them for some reason, but they asking for a Ceto. So the panic, why is it a panic there unless Bart wasn't there yet? Why is there a panic when if they was actually going down in the middle of the ocean or whatever, they could have just jumped on Bart's boat? Why are they panicking? It's just the boat. You feel me? You got insurance on the boat for things like this.
Thinking, yeah. Oh, we're not on ground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
They let you know they wasn't on Horn Island because the water is only waist deep until you go further out. 31 feet of water, yeah. you're not on the island no more, boy.
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back. Yes. And tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou launch. No, there's no children. Hey, boys, stop at the wall. Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going. Hold on. Stay out of here. Stay out of here. Hello. Stay out of here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going. Hold on. Take out of here. Take out of here. Hello. Take it out of here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There are 0 adults on board.
Why they keep saying get out of here? Hey, get out of here. And who they was talking to?
No. Nobody.
He said, should I call the Navy?
Here is over the age of 21. Hello? Yeah, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They counted 8.
They counted 8.
That's crazy.
Y'all heard that? We reaching or what? Did they count 8?
They counted 8.
Deep, what you hear?
I heard 8.
They counted 8. Now that's crazy.
3, 4, 5, 6.
That's clear as shit. They gonna tell us we ain't hear that. Everybody in the chat saying 8. Who heard 7 or 8? Hey, all my wrenches get active. It's a lot going on. Should be smoking barrels.
They counted 8. Now that's crazy.
They haven't told us whose voice.
Because in the picture it was only 7.
They haven't told us whose voice who is.
They haven't told us whose voice was the one counting. I really do want to know.
Mm.
And then somebody said, no, still dead. And then somebody said he asked for it. Let's run it back.
Hello? Yeah, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
Yeah, so that ends kind of abruptly, but shout out to House of Hypocrites. Make sure y'all go tap in with him for content for sure. But let's talk about it, fellas. I'll start it off. First thing I need to know is who are the girls on the boat? How many girls were on the boat? Who are they? Right? I want to speak to those girls. Those girls were very vocal, very audible, very one of them was very distraught, right? Or a couple of them actually seemed very panicky. And I want to speak to those girls. Who were the girls on the boat? We don't know their names. I didn't hear their names in the audio. They seem to, up to this point in the investigation, been very much unaccounted for, right? We know they exist, but no one's tried to actually identify them. So that's the first thing that comes to mind for me. What about y'all?
Yeah, because if there is 8 people on that boat, from what we heard, of course, I want to know who they are as well, because then why aren't they being talked to? If not, the main thing that sticks out to me is the audio was kind of still rumbling. I think the other ladies' audio was a little bit better in quality, but this one you can actually hear more of the information that we are looking for. It's like, if they were really worried about the boat, why are they not talking about how can we fix this? What is going on? Where was those questions? Especially if I was on the boat, I'd want to know, what do you need me to do? I'd be asking, what can I do? Versus the chatter that we're hearing. That's my thought process.
Yeah, somebody said they heard 7. A lot of people said they heard 8. Justice says she heard 7. Somebody they asked, have we identified the girls? I don't think anyone has. I haven't even heard anybody inquiring about the girls, but I want to know who the girls were, how many of them were they, and if we can talk to them. Who were the girls? That's the question that comes to mind for me. In addition to all the things that were made a little more clear, here's the thing. To stay on my primary focus here, in the chat and y'all as well, did y'all hear Nolan's name more than one time clearly?
I heard it quite a few times.
At least twice.
At least twice, right?
At least twice.
Including his nickname a couple of times too.
Mm-hmm.
You heard his nickname too, Deep?
I didn't hear the nickname, and I'm not. Is that No? Is that what they're calling?
No, yeah.
Okay. I didn't register that, but I didn't hear for that. I was hearing for Nolan, and I don't do the nicknames. I'm old. You got to tell me what it is, but for the most part, the thing that I would mention is definitely heard Nolan at least twice, and then being able to hear all the other people, but the main one we all know we heard was Bart. That's clear. And if he was coming to fix the plug like his legal representation is talking about, then why would you say, damn it, Bart? I just don't understand that. That's what I'm still stuck on. Maybe I'm just stupid. You don't say, damn it, Bart, when someone's fixing something. You just don't.
Tez, what you think, brother?
I mean, my opinion is very simple. They did something, and they're trying to cover it up. And they're trying to cover it up by ways of legality. They're trying to cover it up by saying, well, y'all don't really know what happened, so we're not going to say anything. Like I said before, the majority of them had lawyers before the 11 o'clock Coast Guard call. There were statements that were already written and prepared before the Coast Guard call, which means y'all knew something happened to him. Couple that with the fact that you have his effects.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have left with your effects. Who does that? No one. I have never heard of someone leaving with someone else's effects, knowing that this is how you get in contact with them. I've never heard of it before. If I have your cell phone, I haven't heard from Classic. Well, of course you haven't heard from Classic because you got his phone. What? That's nobody's questioning the feigned ignorance that from people.
Right.
Oh, we didn't hear from him. You have his phone. You know where his phone is. You have his car keys. You know where his car is. If his car is in the same spot because you have his car keys, and his phone is in the same spot because you have his phone, how you going to hear from him? How you going to tell the Coast Guard, I don't know where he's at? He hasn't called us. He can't.
Right.
Even if he was stranded on the island, just, waving around. You left him. At the very minimum, you left him there without his stuff. How is he supposed to get anywhere?
Keisha said, do you guys remember the female that said, oh my God, if you listen to her voice, that is not the voice of a young person that age. If you can, please take a listen to the voice closely whenever you can. So what you insinuating, Keisha, that you may perhaps feel like that was an adult with them? I mean, they're all adults, but as far as like in an older adult.
There's lots of people breathing on the bed. Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They counted.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just listened to it back in the background. Or was y'all able to hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear necessarily any additional maturity in that. Oh my God. I don't know. But I mean, we should question everything though. We should question everything. So, I mean, what did you guys hear new in this version that you felt like you didn't hear before?
Well, for starters, I did not hear them talking about him being dead or the fight or him deserving it before they enhanced the audio. There were some things that I did hear in the previous audio that were strange, asking is he dead? The Bart, well, we heard Bart clear as day. We didn't need enhancement for that. We heard damn it Bart almost immediately as the audio came out, the unenhanced, the version that they gave us originally. Over the several enhancements that we've seen, they've been able to uncover more voices, additional numbers of people that were talking and counting, things that were being said about Nolan, his nickname, which is pretty damning evidence, if you don't mind me. You can't make that up. Nothing else sounds that way. Wyatt is okay. The other boy is dead. That was new. Which means that not everybody who was there knew Nolan. Because they wouldn't say the other boy. They would just say Nolan or no.
Which would also make Warren's references of Nolan to always making him an associate. It would make sense, right? Because if Tez, if you, my friend, and then I bring you around my group of friends, you my friend, but they not your friend.
Right.
Exactly.
You my friend that's around my other group of friends. And so everyone here is my friends, but they're not all friends with each other.
This is why I don't go out in groups with people when I don't
go out in groups. I don't go out in groups either. I'm definitely a who all gonna be
I don't
there.
do it. I don't do it because this is an issue that is very pervasive in the society that we live in today. It is. Now, mind you, this is an extreme version of it, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's some people who you hang out with that they don't have time to acquire the taste of Tez. They're going to be upset or frustrated by my opinions, the things that I say, my mannerisms, the way that I speak to them, or the way that I don't speak to them, because there's a whole subset of people who don't like when somebody doesn't speak to them. Like, oh, you here, you just off to yourself. Yes, I am off to myself because I don't like dealing with people. Oh, you don't like us? Well, you're his friend. We're here to celebrate him, and it got nothing to do with me or you. But they will take offense anyway. And what happens when they start to take offense? I have to get either offensive or defensive. And then getting offensive is going to cause me problems. So the fact that she said the other boy is dead, that's enough for me to know they weren't all copacetic. They weren't friends. It was not a kumbaya moment. He was a hostile to them. She said why it's okay, not why it did something to him, right? It's the wording, it's the verbiage, it's how you use these words, it's how you look at things. If you are on one side, you're going to pick the other side, or one side. You're not going to immediately worry about the other one. You're going to frame it as if, well, maybe he shouldn't have been doing that. You heard somebody say he deserved it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that once this is presented to the grand jury, especially if they slow the audio down, regardless of the things I want to focus on are the things that are crystal clear to the vast majority of us, right? That's why I asked, did most of us hear Nolan's name? The vast majority of us said yes. And I asked, did we hear it more than once? The vast majority of us says yes. If we look at the coordinates and see how far offshore they were, if you listen to how his name is said, because you can't say, well, they were saying his name, they were yelling towards the beach because we weren't that far away. Let's say they tried to play that card, right? Well, why isn't Nolan's name as loud or as clear as damn it Bart, right? So it's loud enough and clear enough for us to understand that Nolan is being said multiple times. It's not loud enough for you to say I was screaming for him 750 meters away, right? It's not that loud because it would have been louder than damn it Bart. So, you know, if I heard Nolan's name multiple times, I heard the word dead and he with dead. He dead? He's dead. Dead and he coupled together, not it, right? Because you could say, oh, we're talking about the bilge pump. I didn't hear it. Not is it dead. It's he. he and it don't even inaudible. That's not a word, but he and it don't distort into each other, right? Like distortion. I gave you guys an example. I gave you guys an example of my last live where I said if you say the word storage, depending on the microphone, how far away you are, what sounds are around it, somebody may hear story, right? Or store it. But you said storage, right? So that's a distortion where if you hear it wrong, you'll get these select guesses, right? He dead and it dead isn't a distortion. That isn't a distortion translation.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is he dead was heard multiple times. So if I heard Nolan multiple times and he's dead multiple times, that's enough for me to be able to clearly hear and start arresting people and asking real serious questions. Is that, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. We can move on to the next piece. If you guys don't have nothing else, I can jump through a few comments.
Right.
We got a super chat though. Ricardo sent the 199. He said foot pawn neck. Yeah, we ain't letting them off. We ain't letting them off easy. P. Vanchi sent the 10 jewels gold coin. Appreciate you. Yes, Lord. All right, let's move. If y'all catch this on the rewatch, let me know what y'all think about the hyper enhanced audio and what did you hear new? And also, did you hear Nolan multiple times? Jump in the comments. Let me know where you at. Let's go. All right, so none other than Warren. We gonna slide here. Warren, we gotta tap in.
Apparently, he goes by Will too, from reports.
So when they said Will, they might have been talking to Warren.
Oh, Wyatt, excuse me. I'm sorry. Wyatt
goes by Will.
Apparently, it says legally identified individuals, which I was looking up on who were the 7 that were on there. It says Wyatt, Will, Warren, identified by public and family legal teams as the key passenger on the boat. He
goes by Will or Warren.
And Wyatt, apparently. I don't know. That's what I'm reading. I'm trying to identify it here. It's coming from the Boston Herald. I'm trying to read.
We know Warren and Wyatt are definitely 2 different people, but right. I'm trying to figure out which of the 2 of them also goes by Will.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Someone asked in the comments who is Will.
Interesting. So. Yeah. We all want to know who Will is. I want to know who Will is just as much as I want to know who Bart is, and I need to know who all the females are. But we're going to get into this with the Jolly Good Ginger. He is he'll explain to you guys who he is. We're going to get into this where Warren is caught lying, bad timeline. And this also is something, the things that we're discussing on this live stream could actually make this case. You understand? So this live stream is probably one of the most important ones we've done thus far. That piece of audio that we just went over and the important, pertinent pieces we were able to all agree upon for the most part. And this right here with the bad timeline from a key character witness would definitely be grounds for some arrests, in my opinion. Let's go.
Like the video, all that fun shit, comment, whatever. Let me show you this really, really quick. Let me back up. So listen.
So you guys get ready to leave out of there, getting towed out. Yeah. And then where's Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
Last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. That is critically important information. Listen to what he just said, because he said the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. Now, let me show you where he said that they were towing the boats out. Watch this. All right, right here, he's talking about when his buddy Bart pulls out his buddy Wyatt's boat. So Bart is on one boat, and he's pulling out Wyatt's boat. Wyatt's boat is the one that you've heard about was taken on water and sinking, and that's why they had to leave Horn Island. I want you to pay attention to this.
So where we're out of all this, all this chaos, because we left at 4:30, and there was still...
We left at 4:30. We left at 4:30. This guy just said that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. Very specific time. Now, how did he know it was 3 o'clock? Brandon Tatum didn't ask him that. If this was an interrogation, that's a key question I would ask. How do you know it was 3 o'clock? He said he saw Nolan. Watch. Let me show you. Watch. Hang on. Watch.
And then where's Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was... The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms. Katie. Katie.
That's Katie McCormick that he's talking about. And she has not made a public statement to my knowledge. I looked to make sure I didn't miss anything. But she has said that the information that she was with Nolan and Nolan chose to stay behind with her is inaccurate. She denies that information. So it's important to note that. outside of analyzing what he's saying, it's important to note that Katie McCormick said that's not true. But let's listen. This is at 3 o'clock. This happened at 3 o'clock.
And Katie, Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was like shaking his head, laughing, and I was like, "Dude, you
see Brandon Tatum? I said, just a boy hugging up on the girl. You know, it's just what boys do. He wants to create this mood that he's just laughing because this is just some teenagers trying to pick up a girl. That's the mood. Tatum, this whole thing's scripted by Tatum and the family.
Crazy. I was like,
in my opinion, that's the opinion I've drawn from this.
Just joking with him. And but anyway, Nolan, that was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving,
when we were leaving, so it would be 4:30 because he's already said we were leaving at 4:30. So he says he saw Nolan at 3 o'clock cradling this girl in his arms, shaking his head or something. I couldn't see. They didn't show Warren on camera when he said he was shaking his head. And he said, "Oh, you crazy, bro." And then he says at 4:30 when they're leaving, this happened.
Obviously, no one is getting left at the island that came with us unless they demanded to, be there and asked, this is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times.
But anyway, I'll talk about it.
It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat.
Nolan was sitting by the boat. How do you know, Warren, that Nolan was sitting by the boat? The last time you laid eyes on him was at 3 o'clock. It's now 4:30. This is your timeline. As I told you guys in the first part of this, building a timeline on the day of an event that's in question is the most important thing you can do when investigating / interrogating that event. Timeline is everything. At this part of the story, he's at 4:30. But he just said less than 2 minutes ago, that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
With that Katie girl. And
now he's telling you he was still with Katie. So Warren here is saying that Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl. Listen again without me interrupting.
Out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl. And
how do you know that? The last time you laid eyes, your exact words on him was 3 o'clock. You're now talking about 4:30. Now listen what happens next.
My buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving.
Now, in the interest of
Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. I too caught this. I too caught this when I broke down Warren's interview. Shout out to Jolly Good Ginger. I probably could have reacted to my own video, but shoot, we throw one to Jolly Good Ginger. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll react to us one day. Shout out to Jolly Good Ginger. I too caught this on the bad timeline. We probably, like I said, we probably could have used my video, but when I broke down this piece of the interview, I did say that Warren's talking about them leaving, which is anywhere between 4 and 4:30, because we know the GPS ping was at 4:31 and they were already offshore. So if they're already offshore at 4:31, that does take some time to get to that spot, even if it's just a mile or two, right? So I'm thinking roughly between 4:15, 4:20-ish is when they're gathering everyone, trying to get the pump or whatever whatever logistical things they need to do to get off of where they were on down at. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing between 4 and 4:30, right? So if they're, regardless, it's not 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It's not 3 o'clock. So if you're talking to Nolan, he's with the girl, and you're witnessing your friend yell for Nolan to get on the boat and let's get it moving, let's get it going, right? If that's what you're witnessing, then you saw Nolan last at 4 something, right? And if Katie's story is the last time I saw Nolan, I assumed he was going to get on the boat because I saw him going to get on the boat. His friends were calling him. So if that's what Katie is saying, and that's what Nolan was going to go do, and Warren is also saying that he saw that happen, the only piece that Warren would perceivably be leaving out is the fact that Nolan actually did get on the boat, right? Because everything else up until that point literally makes sense. Because if Nolan was staying back to be with Katie, regardless of timeline, if he was staying back to be with Katie, right, her last recollection would be him coming back like, hey, I decided to stay with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going to stay back and not go locate the person that he stayed back for. Think about
and
that.
Not have his phone.
Even if she wasn't in the line of sight, he's not going to leave his phone on that boat, go back and not relocate the person who he allegedly stayed back for. That's not practical. It's not logical. It's not rational. It's none of the things that make sense. So this blatantly bogus timeline ruins credibility, if nothing else.
Facts.
You put this audio together with this bogus timeline, y'all, and there's enough to say somebody's lying and start putting people in handcuffs. Talk to me, Tez.
Nobody can say where they were, when they were, how they were there, how many people were there, what people were there, what was the reason that they were there, what they were doing there. And then you have people coming out on social media with statements misdirecting, saying that, oh, well, you know, I've been in Wyoming for a year. What does you have being in Wyoming for a year if you're not in Pass Christian, which is what he said? I haven't been in Pass Christian in a year. I've been in Wyoming for a year. What did you even say that for? That's called misdirection, people. For example, Classic, ask me a general question that I can give you an answer to real quick so we can do a live version of this.
Where'd you get your hat?
Oh, man, you know, I've always loved hats when I was growing up.
Where'd you get your hat?
Oh, yeah, you know, I mean, I know some people that make hats, and sometimes we just go to each other.
Did you get your hat from that person?
Oh, you know, I get my hats from all types of people.
Where'd you get that one that's on your head? Where'd you get that hat?
Oh, this hat?
That one.
Oh, you know, it's not nothing special. I got plenty of these. I got like 10 of these.
Mm-hmm.
I wear a different color every night. You see that?
Yeah. Where'd you get it?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know, I send you a link.
To where?
To the store.
What's the store called?
The hat store.
So there's a store called the Hat Store? Okay, we're getting somewhere. All right, so I'll just type it in.
Oh, no, I call it the hat store.
Well, what
You're
is
not
it
understanding
called?
what I'm saying. I call it the hat store.
And that's what happened the whole interview.
Yes.
That's what happened the whole interview.
It's misdirection. Misdirection is really easy. It sounds like I'm giving you everything you're asking for, but I'm really not giving you anything.
Right.
Oh, I was in Pass. I haven't been in Pass Christian in a year. I'm a football player in Wyoming for D1. If y'all didn't know, but why was your boat there? What are you talking about? Boat? I can't even spell boat. I told you I play football. Misdirection is one of the most dangerous things that could happen in both court or even just in conversation. You know, you find this a lot with people who are trying to conceal truths that they don't want you to find out, or they don't want you to find out key pieces of information or evidence. You know, why are you always asking me so many questions? You don't trust me? That type of thing. You know, and I'm not saying that like that's not a valid question to ask somebody. Why are you always asking me questions? You don't trust me? But it doesn't answer the questions that are being asked. So here's the better way to do this. Go ahead and ask me the question again.
Where'd you get your hat?
Look, I'm not comfortable telling you where I got my hat from because you might want one, and I want to be the only person with it.
I just want to point something out. I want to respond to this comment real quick. Luke, you made it. Here's your 2 minutes of fame. You guys obviously never have been on a boat swimming all day. Why don't the parents say who his friends really are? Why not release the week's text between Nolan and everyone he messages with that show? So here in the chat, I have put a affiliate link. I am an Amazon affiliate. So you guys go ahead and purchase that waterproof phone pouch for $9.99 under my affiliate link, if you don't mind. Thank you, Luke, for joining 2026, where people could put their phones in a $10 pouch and swim with that bitch all day.
Oh,
welcome to 2026. And then before the pouch, we still was holding our phones in our hands.
I was going to say,
water.
I have never done that. I tried it once, right? So here's the funniest thing about this. When I went to Mexico, I had my phone in the pouch. When I got on the boat, and we went out into, the Gulf of Mexico. And I was like, this is cool. I'm going to put this phone in this pouch. Well, guess what? I couldn't touch anything. I couldn't open anything. The pictures looked stupid because of the pouch. I took it out and it didn't go back in there. You know where it went?
Trash.
In the pocket of my swim trunks. And then I had it. I've had the exact same phone from the moment that I went to Mexico all the way up until right now. And it's probably seen 6 different oceans, at least 6 different oceans. And I don't put the phone. And I'm talking, I get hit by big waves. I mean, some of the videos I play, you'll see me getting hit by big waves. I'm holding the phone like this. And then in some occasions, I get smacked by the wave. And then, the wave went on top of me, my phone and everything else. Didn't turn my phone off. Didn't do any of that. I just, just kept moving. Now, maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I have a good case. But as you can see, my case is pretty much the same as everybody else's. You know what I'm saying?
You lucky, gang.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. You lucky, yeah, for sure. I mean, you can.
I got good insurance on my phone, so
yeah. Normally, if you're in some good salt water, bro, and you get covered like that, your phone gonna go. It's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Even with putting it in rice, because that salt, the way salt dry up, you can even see on your body it hit different. So
I will mention that the bottom of my phone case is not vented, and I also use plugs.
So I mean, you have some level of protection, but what I'm saying is, water and phones mix for sure.
And
when I go
Anonymous has sent me a message. Anonymous has been on it today. Anonymous has sent me a message. Anonymous says iPhones are waterproof now up to 3 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying anybody's gonna go submerge their phone in water. What I'm saying is, in today's time, when you're chilling on the beach or chilling in water that you can stand in, leaving your phone on the boat is still a foreign concept. People are not putting their phones on the boat and leaving it unattended for messages to pop up, for calls to come in, for hours and hours on end, or even 30, 40 minutes at a time. If an 18-year-old ain't, I'm not even doing it. So I know an 18-year-old is not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like leaving their phone unattended on a boat, just sitting there with a whole row of other people's phones who ain't touching their phones either. Cut it out. Like cut it. That's not how I've been to beaches, literally been to beaches all over the entire world. I've been to beaches and everybody's got their phones. Yeah. Now, for the people who plan on swimming, like they going for a quick swim right quick and they gonna go out, they leave their phone by the little beach chair or they hand it to their homie and they go take a dive. But if you just gonna be chilling in the water, wading in the water and just like chopping it up and taking photos, people have their phones. Like this concept of like, we all just be leaving our phones on a boat and parlaying for 5-6 hours. That man, niggas ain't doing that. And then leaving without their phone too. And you supposed to come on, bro. Like the whole way that story was situated, it was goofy from the get-go.
If you came by me and you started dry hating on me because of whatever woman that I chose to be around that day, and you came over there by me doing that, why would I then let you take my phone when I need to get her phone number if she's feeling me the way she's feeling me on this siesta in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah,
but she already had his phone number. They were already friends.
Well, the other dude
that's another thing.
The other dude is saying that he was with some girl. Maybe her name is Katie. We don't know her. That's what they said in the first interview. In the very first interview, they didn't know her.
Yeah,
maybe her name is Katie.
I believe, to my understanding, though, that it's been verified. I heard Tisa Tells say this. That one of Nolan's like family members is a deputy sheriff or something like that in Jackson County, and she actually verified that her and her family have been knowing Katie.
I got some business to take
and that they rock with Katie. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So
it's on your side, but I'm taking care of it this time. Don't worry.
Oh, somebody said something crazy.
Yeah,
man. All the wrenches get on y'all job for sure. Turn up. You know what I mean? But so between the audio. In between this bad timeline that Warren gives us, the credibility.
I hope y'all find y'all scapegoat. I hope you find another channel.
Being here is optional. So for the people that are hate watching, they just don't have nothing better to do. You know what I mean? Go think of a master plan, get you some money. But what I was going to say is that the more important thing is between this horrible timeline from Warren, which, if nothing else, diminishes his credibility, right? So we can't take his word for it, right? If with this bad timeline mixed with the things that we absolutely can say that we heard on that audio, people should be being arrested. Since they're not moving quickly after the grand jury, for sure, people should be being arrested. And we need to figure out exactly. I mean, I would start with everybody. Right? Everybody. Will, Wyatt, Warren, Bart, everybody. Like, and I know Bart trying to keep his name clean. They say Bart then gave 20 names to the police of witnesses and stuff. They say Bart been cooperating. And I don't blame Bart, because what I also say on my live stream last week, the first one to tell get the best deal. Go cooperate. Because guess what? If you don't tell, and if you're on either one of the two boats that gets proven to have had Nolan Wells on it, right? If that's the case, and I'm saying if, for all of you internet lawyers, all of a sudden everybody threatening, shut y'all goofy asses up. But but if that's the case, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, so but if that is the case, if it gets proven that Nolan did make it on that boat, everyone on the boat and on the boat that towed it will be accomplices or accessories in some capacity. So I don't blame Bart for jumping out, being first, right? Because if somebody listen to me. If you're a part of a 14-person, 10-person, 8-person group cover up, for this is all hypothetical, right? If you're a part of that and you see the walls closing in and you realize jumping out, you realize somebody gonna tell. And if you're not first, you're gonna do some serious time. But if you're first, perhaps you can unity. Man, who not gonna go tell first? And the person with the best lawyer is gonna tell them to do it. You damn right. If they start
collect that money.
Absolutely. The person with the absolute best lawyer, if they feel like the walls is closing in for real, their obligation is to their client, and they will let them know, listen, I don't know how this gonna go. We can fight it if you want to fight it. But if I was you, I got this little deal pressed up. I can see if they go for it. This could get you immunity, but you might have to rat on your homies. They gonna tell you about your future. What it look like. They're gonna tell you, yeah, you're gonna have to relocate for sure. You're gonna have to relocate for sure. But listen, they're gonna start talking to you. Out of all the people that we've identified, who got the most to lose? Future wise.
Bart.
Yeah. That we know
Bart's
of is
trained
Bart,
for
right?
one thing. So
They
here's
say
the
Bart
thing about this. Bart has trained for one thing his entire life, and that's to follow in the footsteps of both his grandfather and his father. Bart has what's going on here? Bart has no other reason to do anything other than try his best to look innocent. Because if he doesn't, his career is over.
You freezing up a little, Tez. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It was the internet.
Yeah.
Frank over here saying copying a plea is
I'm on the
culture.
hotel Wi. I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi. I'm struggling. I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi too. So let's cook. You good though now, Tez?
Yeah, they don't ever know where we are.
He said copping a plea is your culture. Shoot, Italians told on each other. That's mob culture.
The
Yakuza the only ones don't snitch. Them the only ones that's keeping it gangster.
Everybody else is trying to save their own bacon.
It's American
your
way.
culture. You know nothing about my culture.
Go ahead and give me a little bit of
Man, first one to snitch get the deal. First one to snitch. You heard what I said. First one to snitch get the deal. Y'all say what y'all want. None of y'all fighting cases. If you a part of a RICO and you can get some immunity off a RICO, you gonna take that immunity. Must tell you 20 years or tail. Easy call.
Facts.
But yeah, so I mean, so pretty much with Warren getting caught lying about his timeline, that ruins his credibility, and then whoever else corroborates Warren's story also ruins their credibility because he just gave us a faulty timeline in real time. And I'm glad that the FBI
real quick classic. Deep, we got
for sure.
We got some submissions from the audience. I'm going to forward these to both of you. Deep, if you have a second, can you take a look at these?
Appreciate you, Rashad. I got some information for y'all.
I'm sending it right now. Just let me know when you get it.
Yeah, he said Bart did not do it. This person said Bart did not do anything to Nolan. You guys got to stop digging. Did you hear any of us say that Bart did anything to Nolan?
Nope.
All right, just shut your dumb ass up then.
We just said, damn it, Bart.
Yeah, now I did just call you a dumbass, but who is you, right? Didn't say your name. Let's see. What do you guys think happened? I'm not doing that because y'all, everybody playing attorney in the chat, so we can't tell y'all what we think happened, right?
Well, first of all, okay. Look,
where'd you send it?
Look, I sent it to KB1 in Classic. It's to both of us. Look, first of all, asking us what we think happened, it doesn't really matter. We are YouTube content creators. I made sure that I said it very slow so that even if you tried to remix it or speed it up, that it's going to sound exactly the same. Now, the point that we've been trying to make is the way that you say words into microphones. the way that you say words into cameras, the way that you say words on stage when you're singing in an opera or a musical, and the way that you pronounce things so people can understand you more clearly and better. It doesn't rely on the speed. Now, does that mean that your diction might change just a slight bit if you've been trained? Yes, it does. I mean, for the most part, I sound like this because I spend so many hours in front of the screen. But if I'm just talking to you on the phone, I'm not going to make sure that I carefully pronounce each of my words clearly. No, I'm not. Because I'm on the phone with you. And if you have a problem, you're going to say, huh? What'd you say, brother? Or anything to that effect. But when I'm live on a show, I can't do that. But I will tell you, whether you know things about me or not, I have been classically trained in how to get sound out. It's one of the reasons why I sound the way I sound now. But as far as my opinion on people that I don't know doing things where I wasn't there to witness, that's folly. I can't give you my opinion on that or what I think happened. I can only tell you what the evidence shows me. Did someone say, damn it, Bart? Yes. Yes, they did. Did Bart say that he hadn't been in Past Christian in a year? Yes, he did. For what reason? I don't know. That seems like a very random thing to say. When someone says Bart was there, the whole reason that he said that is because somebody said Bart was there. And then he said, I haven't been in Past Christian in a year, which had nothing to do with being at Horn Island. Nothing. And even if it did.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
26 miles is not enough distance to keep somebody away who also has a boat. So even if you didn't go to Past Christian, you still have a boat. You still have a car. You still have friends with cars. These are not broke people. A 22-year-old with his own boat. You know, did you have a boat at 22 in too deep, or were you riding around on government vehicles?
I don't do boats. I mean, I've been on a couple ferries, you know, with cars because I had to travel across something, but I don't do party boats. I'm from Arizona, so we don't have too many lakes, and everybody used to go to Lake Havasu, and I would never go. They were like, come on, man, you have fun. Nah, I'm good. Because I know better. I was trained better, to be honest with you. So I don't go on boats with fishing boats, none of that.
Yeah, Bart was on his dad's boat, and I think Wyatt was using his uncle or his grandfather's boat. There weren't their boats, but they were, you know, obviously permitted to use them.
But that's what I'm saying is authorized user. Possession is 9/10 of the law. If for example, if we riding around on Lakeshore Drive downtown, and I'm holding a certain device that could be used for offense, but usually self-defense, and we get pulled over and it's not registered, am I not gonna get arrested for that? Possession is 9/10 of the law. If I got it, I'm using it. It's mine. If I act up in it, they're not gonna call you. I'm going away usually. Well, it's not registered to. Why you got it then? That's the first question they're gonna ask. Am I wrong? We caught him with it, but then again, I am a black man. So,
oh, this is good.
What I sent you?
Yeah, because it says here where he's talking about. It says hundreds of Mississippi Gulf coast residents journeyed to Horn Island to celebrate the holiday of 4th of July. Home from college, Bart Jr. amongst them. The statement said he piloted his own boat to Horn Island and piloted his own boat home. So that means he took it out and brought it home. This is in a press release in the
guys
WyomingNews.com.
I feel like we spending too much time on Bart, and I don't even know how relevant Bart is. Like, I know we heard his name.
He's cooperating with the police, like you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm knowing. That's what I'm saying. He been cooperating. That's what I'm saying. Like, first person to tell. Bart is. I'm gonna be real. Besides his name being said super loud and people having it wrong that he was dating Katie, he's not that suspicious, bruh.
No,
he's not. Listen, he was the last one to lawyer up.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last person we ended up talking about. And if that thing about him dating Katie was real, then yeah, that brings him into the fold in a different light. But because that's already been debunked, the guy's not that suspicious. And I think we're kind of moving away from, you know, what the main thing is. The main thing, honestly, is to verify that we heard Nolan and we put him on that boat. If we put Nolan on that boat, their lie goes to hell. And everybody got to go to jail. Bart already cooperating, so he's probably in line for some immunity. You feel me?
I believe that if anybody's going to cooperate with the authorities, and I can say this very clearly and very freely. If anybody's going to cooperate with the authorities that's involved with this, it's Bart. Again, the reason that you asked me the question, you asked me who has the most to lose. It's Bart. Because everybody can get a different job. Everybody can train for something else. Bart can't. Either you make it to the NFL or you don't.
Right.
There is no alternative. Don't get me wrong. You can play sports other places, but NFL money there's only one place to make that kind of money, doing what he does.
Yeah.
To be the number 8 prospect in the entire world in the next draft class. Number 8 kicker is gonna get picked up. Maybe not in the first round, maybe not in the second, but he'll be a 4th or 5th round draft pick for somebody that needs a really good kicker.
Yeah,
he will.
That's high for a punter anyway.
What I think the chat hearing me wrong. They saying he's sus. Everybody on the boats is sus. I just said everybody on both boats needs to be arrested. The boat that towed and the people that were on the main boat. If we put Nolan on the boat, all parties, the towing boat and the boat getting towed, need to be arrested. Now, whether or not they stay arrested, whether or not they all get the same charges, again, first one to tell get the best deal. But the truth got to come to light, and it's gonna end up having to come from somebody on one of those 2 boats or somebody who saw the boats leaving from close proximity, because they can put Nolan on the boat. Once you put Nolan on the boat, everybody is either accused of murder or an accessory. And then whatever crimes and charges come with being accomplice to a cover up or party to a cover up, everything that come with that too, all those charges go on everybody involved until somebody start chirping. And that's the real pressure. If we really trying to get this case solved, we got to focus on the things that progress it. The things that progress it is putting Nolan Wells on that boat. That audio and Warren lying about his timeline, it discredits the people who gave you the initial story. Obviously, Nolan's not with us to give us his side, right? So if we diminish the credibility, which they've diminished their own, so you diminish the credibility of the people who gave the story, which is Warren, right? He's given us a faulty timeline. So he's diminished. We don't believe shit you saying now. You're giving us a bad timeline, right? We have audio of people clearly saying Nolan, Nolan, Nolan. So that puts Nolan on the boat because the audio also puts them off the shore. You understand what I'm saying, chat?
Yep.
The only way to progress this case is to prove Nolan was on the boat, which I believe he was. And if he wasn't on the boat, then they got to prove that he stayed back. We should have almost north of 400-500 people that should be able, we should be able to find at least 24 people that could say I saw Nolan Wells at 5:45, 5 o'clock. You see what I'm saying? Proving that Nolan stayed on the island should be the easiest thing to do, yet they can't do it. It's 400-500. According to Warren, it was thousands of people out there. Now, we saw the videos, hundreds, not thousands. I know what thousands look like. It was hundreds. But yet and still, if there's hundreds of people out there, right, and you left him back, 2 witnesses is all y'all got? Fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? So we have to keep the main thing,
especially if he's the only colored person out there, as they say.
We can worry about who did what to Nolan after we verify him being on that boat. I don't know if Warren did something to Nolan. I don't know if Wyatt did something to Nolan. I don't know if Bart did something to Nolan. I don't know. I heard "damn it, Bart" loud as hell, but that may have had something to do with, because I don't not believe that they didn't have any boat issues at all. I don't think they didn't have boat issues at all. I don't. I think they had some level of boat issues. Was it exactly what they're explaining? I don't know. But if you're working on some level of boat issues and you got somebody fighting for their life or already gone on the boat, there's a lot going on. And when we listen to the audio, there's a lot going on. Bart said at one point, by his own account, that he jumped from his boat to their boat to pull something and jump back on his boat. So if Bart is the person who's given us 20 witnesses, if Bart was the last to lawyer up, and Bart seems to be the most cooperative with authorities, Warren refused to take the voice stress analysis test. Warren lawyered up before Nolan's body was found. Warren is the one that came out talking to Officer Tatum first. Warren, you get what I'm saying here? Warren's mother is the one that issued the statement. Warren, you get what you hear? How many times I can say Warren and point
Warren
to
is the one giving all of the interviews.
So don't get me confused, chat. When I say that Bart is not the sus one here, I'm not saying that.
No, Nancy
everybody
Grace
around
didn't care
is
about. Nancy Grace didn't care about Bart at all last night.
Right.
She didn't care about Bart at all. She questioned Officer Tatum exactly about what she needed to question Officer Tatum about. And that's the facts. She questioned him about exactly what she needed to question him about. It was very simple. It was very easy. It was actually, something that I would have wanted to see of somebody questioning someone. And that's, why are you helping cover up this case? Because that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
And why does everybody hide from saying Wyatt's name? They say Wyatt's name as little as possible, and that's starting to become concerning. I said it when I covered Warren's interview. I covered all three pieces of it. They tried not to say Wyatt's name unless it was absolutely necessary. And this person's comment here says Bart said that, but Warren said in his interview that Wyatt pulled the plug, and he did. He said Wyatt pulled the plug, but Bart himself said that he jumped from his boat to the other boat to pull the plug. So maybe they're talking about two different plugs, or maybe they're not. But with the detailed description that Warren gave us about boat mechanics while he was trying to avoid answering simple questions, we should have enough information to know if there's more than one plug or not that needed to be pulled. And did Bart tell the truth about jumping onto their boat temporarily? Because that could potentially, jumping on or jumping off, if there's any complexities to how he landed on the boat or bumped into somebody, that could prompt, damn it, Bart, right? I'm not trying to absolve Bart of anything, but we know Warren to be a liar based on what we evidentially can see with our own two eyes. We have witnessed Warren tell a lie, right? We've witnessed it, all of us. This is not that's not speculatory. If we play the Officer Tatum interview, we will hear Warren give us an inconsistent count of time. So with that, but we'll say alleged anyway, just to cover our asses. Allegedly, right? We don't know Bart to be a liar. Have we found Bart to be a liar yet?
No,
not yet.
Did we find Bart to have
no? Aside from the misdirection, no.
Right. So who were the boys, plural, that lawyered up before Nolan was found? Wyatt, Warren. Who was the other one? Was it Eli or Will? Who was the other one? There was three. Who were the three boys in the picture with Nolan? The infamous photo that got all this started.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. Yeah, she said classic. I see what you're saying. Yeah, like out of the sketchiness, Warren's the most sketchy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we not
typically the first person talking is typically the one that first one dealt it.
Well, listen, the guy went back to the crime scene and didn't have an ounce of emotion, or the alleged crime scene. The guy went back to Horn Island, gave us a depiction of the island, how many boats be on the island, what the island looks like on a beautiful day, the sand of the island, the texture of the water on the island, told us everything except for the details about Nolan Wells. And if that's the last place that you saw your homie that you love so much and he was just your best friend and all that, you feel a little different going back there. It's eerie.
Right. I wouldn't want to go back there.
I wouldn't take nobody back there. Not at this point in time.
Let me tell you a little story. When I was young, there was a guy who I used to ride around with, a group of us kids. I mean, by young, I mean like 12, 13 years old. We ride our bikes around the neighborhood. And one of them got hit by a car, and he passed right before his 13th birthday. Now, mind you, it's been many years since this has happened, but there's not been periods of time in my life where I drive past the intersection and I'm just not, and I'm like, man, they sure did take him out right here. His sister will not drive past the intersection. She takes a shortcut through the movie theater, so she ain't got to drive past that gas station at that intersection. She takes a shortcut, and she'll go all the way around to the next light, so she doesn't have to drive through the intersection where her brother got, his life.
And I know the intersection you talking about. That's crazy that you say that, because I got T-boned at an intersection really bad. Thank God to still be alive. Got out of that thing with just a concussion, but I was riding in a tank. You know what I'm saying? I was in an old school. They built them things built different. So I was in my old school.
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? School. Yeah, my T flew straight through a red light. T-boned me at the intersection. Yeah, bro. But to this day. To this very day, when I drive through that intersection, which is seldom because I don't live there anymore. But
you don't drive through that.
Yeah, but when I do. I drive through it, but I still, yeah, bro. I still feel like my emotions drum up. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be ready to cry or nothing, but you just feel like it's an eerie feeling.
You
like,
gotta think, bro.
Damn,
over 20
somebody
years.
I
have had well over 20 years, and like I said, I remember his face like I saw him yesterday, and I was only like 13 years old. For 20 years plus, I'm not 33, y'all, but for over 20 years, I have driven past this intersection. I would not ride my bike through it as a child anymore. I stopped riding my bike through the intersection, but it's because that intersection, bro. It's a crazy intersection. It's a bunch of lanes.
It's just large. It's just big.
It's just and his sister won't drive through it to this day. It's been over 20 something years. She won't drive through it. I'm just like even driving, I'm looking around, and now you telling me I didn't even know this happened in that intersection, but now you telling me that like at the same intersection, you feel like, okay, yeah, this is where I almost lost mine. What's up, Illa? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like
South going to building. What up, brother?
So you mean to tell me that he was there with him, that he just gonna go back and walk around out there knowing that like at this very spot is where they pulled my boy out the water?
Yeah.
At this very spot.
And you don't feel nothing.
Like dude, they had they had the flowers and the memorial up for years before the city took it down.
Yeah.
They had that every time riding by, you see that memorial sitting there. I can still see it in my head right now, sitting right there on the corner. And it's been that long. This just happened a couple of weeks ago by the time Warren went out there.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like it was different, nothing. Oh yeah, we come out here and party and have a great time. Zero emotion.
Comments, man.
Zero emotion.
Yeah, somebody gonna snitch, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real with you. You know what gives me hope? And ladies, don't take this offensively, but the fact that it was women on that boat, the emotions do come into play. Them chicks wasn't cold-blooded. Listen, a woman would listen. They gotta try. Man. Women can't. That guilty conscience. You talking about a body? We ain't talking about cheating on their boyfriend. They could take that to the dirt. Being an accessory to some dirty shit like this, bro, you got to be a different type of chick. Now we know every culture that has setup chicks, but that's a different type of sociopath. And the way that woman on that boat said, "Oh my God," she don't sound like she gonna hold too much water. So I need to know 3 things that I've taken from this so far before we get to the Benjamin Crump update from the press conference yesterday. 3 things I've taken away from this. The audio puts Nolan on the boat by and large, based on the majority vote here, with almost a couple thousand. I don't know how many thousands of us have passed through so far. By and large, that audio puts Nolan on the boat allegedly, right? Warren was caught by his own volunteer interview with Tatum being a hypocrite or a contradictory person from what we can see, right? The proof is in the pudding. And then the third piece would be what I just said, which is the girls. Who were those girls? How many girls? Who were the girls? And we need to talk to the girls. Who were those women on that, or young ladies? Who were the young ladies on the boat? And what are their names? And somebody needs to talk to them. Benjamin Crump's team, whoever is doing a real investigation, because I don't want to criticize Mississippi no more. Maybe they come out with a legitimate, honest autopsy, because the autopsy is finished, ladies and gentlemen. We will hear that here in a moment from Mississippi, but they're going to deliver it to the grand jury. They're not going to tell us. But maybe we get a super honest one that shows that there was some type of foul play, and then we can really go digging. But those are the 3 main things. Was there something that progresses this situation that y'all have to add so far? Besides the girls, the audio, putting Nolan on the boat, and Warren giving us bad timelines?
No.
I don't have anything.
I mean, I'll say this, because we covered a little bit of this last night. And then one thing that I wanted to make sure that I make very clear is that while we don't know everything about what happened, one can only speculate unless you have reason to believe what you're hearing. And if you're going to tell me that your ears are wrong, my ears are wrong, and his ears are wrong, and then millions of other people across the metaverse, and Al Gore's internet, ears are wrong. I'm going to tell you that statistically, you're probably the wrong one.
Yeah.
And everyone coming up with all these theories, like I have been the biggest person to push back on this internet about the stock screen. Why do you think that a bad tox screen or a negative tox, or let's just say positive in this case, because if it turns up that he has banned substances in his, a positive tox screen does not erase culpability for any people that were with him that day. Delivering, procuring, and giving substances to people under the age of 21 for whatever purposes that you're going to do with it is illegal in all forms, especially if it can be linked to a death. Let's just keep that clear. It does not matter.
Let's get into the you absolutely right, Tez, and that's a perfect segue into the update because go ahead.
No, I'm saying it doesn't matter if he was doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. It does not matter. You gave it to him, and that's what's important, because you giving it to him directly contributed to the loss of life. That is against the law. That is an actual law.
Yes, sir. I lost y'all for a second. Y'all know I'm struggle streaming hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you all good, man.
But let's get into it.
We holding it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Friends celebrating the 4th of July. All the friends come back. Nolan Wells tragically washes up on the shore 2 days later, dead. And so we know all the current events that have been happening. We are announcing that we have the audio from the officials, and we have retained and are consulted with some of the foremost audio engineering experts to review those audio from the sea-tone call in its entirety. We all of these matters have consulted President Mariel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides? We want experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up, so we are going to dot every I and cross every T until we find out what happened to Nolan Wells. Attorney Hurst also going to a little
real quick, that information, looking into that from a marine biology or a marine standpoint, looking into where they last say he was based on him washing up in the same exact spot, a person who's an expert on how the tides move and all of that stuff, they can tell you what the probability or likelihood of that being possible is. And if it comes back to be something where like there's a 1,000% chance that you wash up in the exact same spot where you were last seen, you know what I'm saying? If it comes back something like that, that's going to be beneficial.
Detail at Attorney Park about how we're trying to coordinate with Dr. Roger Mitchell, who conducted the independent autopsy of Nolan Wells, to be able to inspect his throat that was missing with his body when he was flown to do the autopsy with Dr. Mitchell. Also, we are hopeful that they will discuss with Dr. Mitchell the photographs and observations made at the time when Nolan was first discovered, because Dr. Mitchell did not get an opportunity until July 10th to be able to examine his body. And at that time, we know the airways and the lungs had already been dissected and so forth, so we can't tell if there was the presence of water or not. That would suggest whether he drowned or not. And remember what Dr. Roger Mitchell said in his autopsy. President Mariel, he talked about the fact that to say he drowned does not draw the conclusions of what happened to Nolan Wells. He said it is equally important to know at what condition was Nolan Wells' body when he went into the water. Was he conscious or was he unconscious? Was he forced into the water or did he go unforced into the water? He said all of these things are very important. And so we're dotting I's and crossing T's. We are focused on getting to the truth, and we stand for the truth. Me and everybody on my legal team stand for the truth, no matter who it implicates or who it exonerates. We stand for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. And we stand for transparency so everybody can see And that's all we want. We want answers. We're not casting aspersions on anybody. We are saying that we want to make sure everybody who is remotely involved has their questions answered to make sure we have a full and fair and impartial and transparent investigation. And is that too much to ask for these broken-hearted parents? Is that too much to ask? That's all.
They tell you to leave race out of it. This is how hard you have to fight for somebody just to try to do their job, which involves finding out why your child has passed away. But race has nothing to do with it. Okay.
And they originally,
your child. What do you want?
Talk to me, Tez.
Here's it's okay. You know, there are quite a lot of people in both of these channels. Deep, are you streaming too, or just me and him?
No, just you two. I don't.
All right. So there are quite a lot of people in both of these channels. And I'm looking at the comments from both channels combined, so I don't always see which comes from which. But the one thing that I will say over the last couple of days that I've realized is that most of you are missing the point, and Classic just pointed it out very well. You have to fight hard. If they didn't fight for this and it was swept under the rug, like the Mississippians decided they were going to do and say it was just an accidental thing and no longer investigate anything else, then everybody would have moved about it in their merry lives except for his mother and father. Everyone else would have just kept moving around because that's exactly what they intended on doing.
Did you see this comment right here? Was he drugged against his will is also a valid question for someone as dedicated as Nolan. That's a question too, because
we might have lost Classic for a second, but if we did, yeah, he's back. He's back.
Yo, mic check.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it's. Yeah, I think y'all did. It's okay though. But no, what I was gonna say is that it's important to know that too, because it did sound like in the audio one of the girls may have perhaps said like I'm so dumb or something like that. Which what does that mean exactly, right? Like did you maybe try to spike him with something and gave him too much, or you know what I mean? Like everything is in question. So we have to dissect.
The hotel Wi-Fi is kicking his ass.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, especially with the bandwidth that he's using.
Because they throttle you down.
Well, yeah, especially if it's traffic time, especially around, I don't know where he's at, but depending on where he's at, especially East Coast, you have a certain amount you have to pay for the extended Wi-Fi if you use theirs. I noticed that when I was in Vegas. But
look, I will break this down a little bit more. If you are a person who is in the situation to where you need help, and the powers that be are not trying to help you, it makes it look as if you're crying wolf. Unfortunately, the general public would rather consider yourself crying wolf than actually needing the help that you actually need. And it becomes more of a problem because every time something happens, you report it, you say something, and the general public says, oh, you're fine. There's nothing wrong. Until something like this happens. And then there is something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
That's a fact.
What's up, Mr. Classic? Nice to see you back in the show.
Yo, we good? Y'all got me?
Yeah, we got you. It was two of you for a second, but you're back now.
I bet. My fault, y'all. Struggle streaming today.
That hotel internet.
What did I miss?
Basically, while you were away, all I said was that if you're a person that's looking for help, and the people who and the powers that be won't help you, and they say you're crying wolf about it, like these people are trying to say, and every time something else happens, it no longer becomes a situation where you're crying wolf. It is they're not helping you because they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
How many bodies need to turn up where a black kid is I don't know, mutilated for lack of better words. And y'all blame the kid. Young man, old man, woman, young woman, girl, boy, y'all blame them instead of looking for the people that did it to them. And then you find out later that there's a guy that's been doing this to people and he got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember, not to go off the deep end, but the reason that Jeffrey Dahmer was able to get away with so many of his crimes was because the police wouldn't prosecute him. Every time somebody came forward to complain about this guy, they said, "Oh, he's not doing nothing wrong. Y'all just talking." And it's the same every time, especially because in Jeffrey's case, he only targeted brown people, black, Asian, and Mexican. Yet, the law is supposed to be blind to race, color, and creed. It's supposed to be.
Oh, there's different tiers.
This is a failure in not just the public outcrying, the general public, the court of public opinion. It's a failure with Mississippi. Mississippi's investigative process needs to be changed.
Yep.
You know how hard it is to declassify something that's already been classified as one thing? It's difficult, no matter what state you're in. Because there's a mountain of paperwork of people who think they did their jobs. For example, if it was to come out that somebody, hit him over the head with something, what do you think the medical examiner's job is going to look like in the next election? Or even in the next case? What if a case goes to court and trial and gets overturned because of shoddy work from the medical examiner? That means that every case the medical examiner has ever examined is going to be reopened up by people or their lawyers to see if it can be overturned. There's a potential for a bunch of people who got convicted of things to get unconvicted of things, because that's all it takes. There's a potential of people who have been walking around free to actually get convicted. But I would hazard a guess that the ME in Mississippi doesn't want the people to go away who committed certain things. So things are classified as the way they are because, well, he's already gone. What's locking someone up for it going to change? We don't want to ruin his family's name. We don't want to ruin his future. He's still alive. Slap him on the wrist and tell him to do better privately. That's usually how it goes.
For sure.
So I guess in closing on this one with the updates that Ben Crump just gave, knowing that they're using the CETO audio and going to have prestigious audio engineers dive through it, very carefully. I'm sure they'll probably take their sweet little time with every 10-second piece of that. With that being a thing, and then also with them sending out the lawsuits, which will allow them to thoroughly investigate on their end prior to being able to send everything over to the grand jury. And then also they're getting the cell phone transcripts and everything. So with all of that going on, do you guys think here in 2026, or maybe even all the way moving into 2027, that these people will go uncharged and be able to get away with this? Do you at least see this? What I'm saying is, do you guys at least see this investigation turning into a criminal case?
If you want me to be honest, no. Yeah. I think that they're going to have a corporate cover-up.
And pay money out.
Pay the money and make them go away?
Yes, I think there'll be so this is what I think. I think there's going to be a corporate cover-up. The medical examiner in the state of Mississippi are not going to overturn their ruling. I think that there's enough evidence for a civil case. In the civil case, they're going to get awarded a sum of money to the Wells Wansley family. And everyone's going to stop talking about it.
Yep.
What about you?
I agree with that. I think the burden of proof for the civil side is warranted easily. But as far as if they all stick on script, that's the linchpin for me. If they all stick on script and state what Wyatt is saying to be true, and they don't buck from that situation, there is not going to be I mean, there may be. My thing is this, and I just want to say this. We talked about it last night with Tez about the controlled substance stuff and what people are putting out rhetoric wise, and why wasn't there any of that being placed? That's where I feel the cover up is the most important, because if they were to find that would easily help the negligence for the civil suit. As far as criminal, unless something drastically changes, I don't think there's going to be any change. Like Tess says, I don't think they're going to really put too much emphasis on that particular situation unless they take it outside of that local county. But then at that point, we're looking at the grand jury, and then we're looking at the jury trial. And even if there were, it's documented, well documented, that things like that don't go down in Mississippi that easy.
Yeah, in this situation, I believe there's enough pressure. Normally, I'll be with y'all, but I believe there's enough pressure, and I believe it's a situation where the pressure makes it very, very difficult to live with this, more so than other times, right? The people who did this to Emmett, who did what they did to Emmett Till, they didn't have to live with this level of 24/7 public suspicion, if not scrutiny. And because of that, I think it weighs on people, you know, even being able to move forward with your life, trying to act like it was nothing. You know, people who see you and recognize your face will always, you know what I mean? So I think that there's something here. There's enough here, and we have enough to start getting people to talk. Because here's the thing. Once the audio gets broken down with a fine-tooth comb, because there's audio, the people who have touched this, no disrespect to them, thank you so much for your help. The audio engineers who have touched this, there's people who are levels above what they've done.
Right.
And they will have this shit sounding real clean. Like, y'all don't get how forensic this shit gets. Like, for people who deal with DAWs and audio systems, Pro Tools, whatever DAW you use, like, you can make it to where, like, this little 2 seconds of talking covers your whole screen, and you can see every little nuanced piece of that wave and start extracting, pulling, raising, lowering, compressing. Like, it gets very, very deep. And so, no pun intended, but like once they have some high level audio engineers get to it, we'll know damn near almost exactly everything that was said. And then once you get to that point, you're able to put real pressure on people, because you have voices, you have a crystal clear transcript, and you don't know who said what. So until I know who said what, everybody guilty. Now what's cracking? Who gonna talk? Who gonna talk? Now, I don't know who said what. Y'all said it was 3 girls. I hear a girl. One of y'all said, oh my God, that means you know what's cracking. One of y'all said he's dead. That was a girl's voice too. Which one of y'all said he's dead? If it wasn't you, if you the girl and it wasn't you, then it had to be her, right? And if she said it wasn't her, then it had, okay, so who lying? Or both of y'all going to jail.
Right.
Yeah, let's just do it like that, because you was both there. So once the time start getting leaned on their ass, we just have to put Nolan on the boat. Once Nolan's on the boat, somebody gonna start singing. So I don't think this is gonna be a situation where nobody
if they can put him on the boat,
nothing.
Then yes.
Yeah,
but if they keep saying that he never got on the boat,
but you hear me,
we all think that he got on the boat.
They have to prove that he didn't.
Yeah.
2 witnesses out of hundreds of people prove that he didn't get on the boat. We got audio of y'all talking about Nolan and to Nolan while he's about him, and to him while he is not on the boat. We have audio of y'all talking about a ghost, essentially, or to a ghost, right? No pun intended, because he's gone now. But then, so give me reason to believe that y'all talking about Nolan in his absence while y'all dealing with a sinking ship for no reason, and keep using the term dead for someone who turned up dead. So explain that with your proof that he wasn't on this boat at all, or else somebody going to fucking jail, bro. Somebody's
right. Why would they be talking about him?
First one to tell, get the best deal, bro. First one to tell, get the best deal. Some proper police work will get this thing done. Hook, line, and sinker, bro. I think this is one of the rare situations where 95%, I think it's damn near 100%. Even the people who be in the chat talking about he just drowned, get over it, brother. They just want these folks to get away with it. I don't think anybody with a brain thinks that there was no foul play. Now, who did what and what exactly occurred, that's a separate set of questions that we'll get answers to once somebody start talking. Rest assured, man, listen, they might have to kill a witness. Somebody gonna talk. Especially because I don't think whatever, if allegedly, or, you know, just speculating, if something occurred to Nolan on the boat, I don't think it happens while they're floating. I think it happens at the, you know what I'm saying, while they're on down, where other people who are there kicking it can see it too. You see what I'm saying? Now, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a scenario that played out in my head. Nolan gets into an altercation while the boat is still by the shore. Let's say he gets put in some type of a UFC hold and the guy thinks that he's choking him out. And the witnesses present believe that he's been choked out as well, right? They just think he's asleep, not dead, sleep.
Money.
Right? They think he's choked out. I see it. They think he's choked out, right? And then they pull him onto the boat like, oh, man, like, you're tripping, bro. Like, blah, blah, blah. It's time to go, man. Like, lay him down or whatever, right? So the witnesses think that the guy's cool. He just knocked out or whatever. And everybody, you know, scurrying or scattering, however the fight gets broken up, right? They get out off the shore a little bit, and we hear the audio of, hey, he ain't wake up yet, or is he dead? Like, no, he's dead. Like, yeah, no, he's dead. Nolan. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shut the fuck up, or wake the whatever, whichever one. Because shut the fuck up versus wake the fuck up doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's really it's inconsequential. Because if you're saying shut the F up, that could be quiet, stop talking about this nigga being dead because buddy on the phone. And if it's wake the fuck up, it's you talking about the man being dead, right? So either way, it don't matter if you thought he said wake or shut or get. It doesn't matter, right? So then we move forward. We hear people talking about check his chest. We move forward. We hear people talking about, you know, reaffirming the other guy's dead, right? We hearing all this stuff in the audio, fam. So we confirmed that Nolan's on that boat, fam. Everybody gets real legal pressure put on them. And once the only reason why it's so easy to be quiet right now is because there's no legal pressure. Once we put Nolan on this boat, there is legal pressure. People start having to deal with charges that's looking like football jersey numbers, bro. Somebody gonna sing. Mm-hmm. Promise you that.
Especially in Mississippi prisons. Shoot.
Yeah, money. So Too Cool said, I agree. You have to prove to me that he was on the island. Second, you have to show me Katie timeline when she left the island. Warren made it seem like Katie was there after they left the island. Did she see him when she left? No, Katie already gave her account.
She already said
she
that.
didn't see him. Yeah, she didn't see him.
She said she wasn't
had
with
to
him
leave.
that long.
Yeah,
she had to leave
left
too.
She was with her family.
Yep.
Right. Her brother
That's
and
confirmed.
her.
It's confirmed and been found to be true that Katie's alibis are ironclad and concrete. You know whose alibis are not? Those two boats.
The two boats, yeah.
Those two boats. The contents and the passengers on those two boats, those are not ironclad alibis. They can't even tell you where they were when they were there because their timeline does not match GPS data.
Yeah.
Their timeline does not match cell phone towers. Their timeline does not even match their own stories when they tell them again.
Yep. And Tez, let me leave you with this too. Here's the piece that we all stop bringing up because we just haven't brung it up. But I'm going to introduce it to the conversation for conspiracy and speculation purposes only, not to indict or accuse anyone of anything. But it's documented by Warren's discredited ass, and it's on video. They had 3 boats that day. There wasn't 2. There was 3. He said 20 to 30 people on a total of 3 boats. 2 of Wyatt's people's boats and 1 was Bart's boat, right? His dad's boat. So there was a total of 3 boats, but they have us sitting here talking about 2 boats. And perhaps if I'm sinking and I have a dead body on this boat and I'm calling for help, maybe we move Nolan from this boat to this 3rd boat, and this 3rd boat can get the fuck up out of here. We can figure out what we gonna do with Nolan in a minute. Right? This is all things that we have to introduce to the conversation. You see what I'm saying? Because there was 3 boats, everybody. It's confirmed by Warren. There was 20 to 30 of them on 3 boats. And I said, I crashed out. Remember, I was like, we need all 20 to 30 people. I need a list of all 20 to 30 people. And we need to talk to every single person that went out on one of those 3 boats. You see what I'm saying? An interesting point that you made, Tez, you and Deep the other night, talking about how Bart's family has property at Fort Bayou, which is where they happen to, peruse through after, according to the coordinates, after they had all these boat issues, they went fucking fun sailing all through Fort Bayou. So it's like, what were you guys doing over there? So everything about it looks sketchy, and everything points to the fact that Nolan left Horn Island. 2 witnesses out of hundreds of people is fucking asinine. Like, play with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Go play with your mama. Like, we not buying that. So yeah, man, I'm not with y'all when y'all say no, that and you guys are just giving your take. It remains to be seen, right? But I think in this situation, because of social media, because of the climate that we're in, and because of the unrelenting nature of the content creation space, that's why you think why do you think these guys are squirming? Why you think Bart's lawyer putting out press clippings trying to scare everybody off of talking about him whatsoever at all, as if they're not within their rights, right? How you talk about a person in general, whether it's Bart or anybody else, that always matters 24/7. But talking about Bart in general, you can't scare us off the mark. We're going to talk about this because we're inclined to. Legally, we can. Right. So they're not doing that for no reason. These people feel the pressure. They're watching now. Look at the numbers, Tez. There has been literally over 30,000 people pass through this conversation, bro. They're watching now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. They know their life is on, their freedom is on the line. Potentially.
If this were us, I do not believe that we would be granted the same autonomy to move freely with this much potential evidence or evidence. Let's call it what it is. It's evidence. I do not believe that we would be allowed to move freely the way that these young people have been allowed to move freely. I believe that our grandparents and our parents and the people who loaned us the property would be getting questioned daily. I believe that newspaper articles would be calling us to question us. I believe that we would be in sheriff's departments or police departments getting interviewed on the daily. I believe we would have a do not leave order. And that is the least of it. But to be honest, what I truly believe is we would be in handcuffs awaiting arraignment.
Yep.
If one of us came up missing in
maybe
this
no
fashion
bail
in Mississippi. None.
Maybe no bail.
No, because we have passports and we could and would leave, in their opinion.
In their opinion.
They would argue our passports against us. They would argue our traffic tickets against us. They would argue the time we argued with a teacher in 7th grade. What I'm saying is, I do not believe that equal protection under the law is being applied. And that's the bigger problem.
It's been the problem. And sometimes you have to take a certain example, or sometimes you have to take a certain situation and make an example, right? Same way they used to buck break, right? We're going to do this to him, but we're going to do it in front of everybody. So the next motherfucker thinking about it knows better, right? So sometimes you have to make an example. Listen, Mississippi, you ain't getting away with this one. We got enough to put Nolan on that boat. And so y'all gonna have to beat them criminal charges. But I think there's enough to get this into a courtroom. I really do. Casual Germ said $5. Also, someone mentioned pull the plug or unplug it. I'm not a boat guy. What does that mean? Tez will explain it to you better than me, but I'm not gonna act like I'm a
I got it
expert.
real quick. When they take, there's a drain plug that's in around the battery in the bilge pump. They want him to pull the plug so it will start to drain because the pump apparently got turned back on. You wouldn't pull that plug to drain anything if you were taking on water unless you got it back in. Last night, myself and In2tdep, we had a video up that shows exactly how the bilge pump is turned back on and it's drained. It takes less than 5 minutes.
Yes.
It takes less than 5 minutes on that size boat. Remember, we know what type of boat it was. It's a 22-foot Triton. We know what type of boat it was. We know what type of boat it was. That means we know what type of pump it takes. Because contrary to popular belief, there are black people who like boats.
I don't know. Thank you, Tez. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Tez.
Like a black person in a boat is not a foreign concept. Black people have been boating for 5,000 plus years.
You know what also is sketchy about Warren is that he spent half of the time talking to Officer Tatum about the details and intricacies of the boat issues. but they also ended up resolving the boat issues on their own, which begs
without the help of Cito.
So why did you ever call?
And
he's
Jerry
clearly
said they don't need help.
We're glad they're called though, because if they didn't call,
right, but they called, but the reason for the call could also be the reason why they get caught up.
Right.
Jerry said they don't need help.
Because if you're calling to make an alibi, right, or if you're calling to set up a cover up, but then you got people screaming, incriminating shit in the background, your attempt to get away with it could also be the reason for getting caught. Now that's some karma for your ass.
Sure.
We got a couple supers to get to. Warren said, tried to make it seem like you ride back with anyone. I'm not staying somewhere if I don't have a for sure ride back. Who are the friends that decided to stay with? Exactly. And again, there should be, and again, you should have more than 2 witnesses, right? If Nolan stayed back for Katie, witness number 1 should be Katie. Duh. Right. Witness number 2 would be Katie's 2, 3, 4 would be Katie's family, her people. I stayed back with Katie. I'm kicking it with Katie.
Nolan.
And they know him.
Nolan.
They know him. It's confirmed, right? So again, we're not buying the shit you selling. Casual Germ said, $10 super chat. Appreciate you. He said, Katie report to the front of it. Katie has already been super cooperative. That's the thing. Here's the thing. If Katie's lying, they're just better at true crime than all the rest of us. Because Katie don't seem sketchy at all.
No, it all checks out to them freely.
Bro, she went and sat down with Christine Wansley in person.
Yes,
There's nothing sketchy.
She liked this boy, and now she wants justice for him too.
Well, she's mourning.
She doesn't need a lawyer. She's not lawyered up.
She wants justice for him too.
Far as we know, Bay gone. She lost Bay. Far as we know, shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm
not taking up for Katie. I'm just saying, out of all the sketchy shit, she's the least sketchy. Almighty said Nolan was drugged, taken to the house and hung. That's a lot of people still going with that. Appreciate the super chat. Let's see. $1 super chat off the strength. Just look, no message. I just want to show some love. Appreciate you, Sunshine. Too Cool said, maybe it's me, but you see these 18-year-old pics. You see these 18-year-olds in pics with alcohol beverages. Is that not odd that anyone is not asking these adults, why are these kids drinking at your house? Mad crazy is all I'm saying. Well,
I have already said this 2 or 3 times today, a bunch of times last night, and a bunch of times the day before that. And I'm going to keep on saying this. If you provide beverages, substances, illegal or contraband items to minors, that in itself is a misdemeanor. If in the commission of you doing this, but for providing them to them, someone loses their life or suffers great bodily harm, it is bumped to a class 2 felony. Nationwide. So like if me and Classic go out there and grab nephew and we give nephew some brewskis and nephew crashes his motorbike into an old lady's car and nephew ends up losing his life, and the old lady in the car, let's just say she breaks her hip in 3 places. We're going to jail for a long time. The fact that no one has questioned where they got these items from is a problem. It is a failure of the Justice Department in that state to prosecute people thoroughly. It is a failure. So this is not about just if someone offed him. This is about the fact that those items were present and clear, and someone provided them. And someone knows, because if you would subpoena the cell phones, you would know where they got it from. Because I've never seen a party go down where somebody didn't say who got the stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially in high school or after high school.
Well, you can. There were people that were younger than 18 there. They weren't all 18 and up.
Yeah. What I'm going to say this.
You got to think about this. If Bart knows them and they're 18, but Bart's 22. Bart's 22, they're 18. He knows them, or 21 on the way to 22, and they're 18 on the way to 19. Then he knew them. That means that underclassmen routinely hang out with people who are upperclassmen, and they graduate. It's the Romeo and Juliet law. So yeah, you could be within 4 years of somebody. You can be within 5 years of somebody. It's just how it is. But again, most of society is so ignorant to the law that they think that their opinion matters more than the law does. But once again, who was the law made for? Classic. What did they originally make the law man for?
When the United States Constitution was established, everybody who looked like me, Tez, and In2tdep on this screen were considered to be 3/5 of a human being. So if you're asking me to logically, literally, and technically tell you who the law is made for in the United States of America, by history, it is made for white people. Disproportionately, at least. At the minimum, disproportionately made to benefit white people. The law is made for the people who look like the people that was sitting in the room when the Constitution was being written.
When they made the law, would you, for let's say that you wanted to go to, I don't know, Chicago, because it existed. Let's say that if you wanted to go to Chicago, but let's say that you were property of someone in Mississippi, and you somehow found a way to Chicago through means of, I don't know, some underground railroad or some lady named Harriet Tubman and others. Let's say that you somehow found your way to Chicago. What was stopping the police from bringing you back to Mississippi?
What was stopping them?
Yes.
I don't know that anything was.
Nothing was.
It? Yeah, I don't.
Your cousin that you visited in Chicago's ability to hide you. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and if
almost
they found him to be harboring you, then the government would punish them too.
It's essentially
and possibly send them.
Yes,
Mississippi as well.
Very, very similar to the cost holla. Got to say it backwards. Got to say it backwards. Yeah, very. Very similar to something.
You gotta make sure you put a lot of ha in the ha.
Yeah. Too cool. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Deep.
No, I was just gonna say in that time period they had to go all the way up to Canada to escape a lot of this stuff.
Yes, because the federal law was that if you're owned, you're owned. If you're free, you're free. That's funny that there's a distinction. So the North is free, but it's only free if you was already free. And who's to say that you were free?
Right. Which is why you can track your ancestry back to the plantation.
They had to have papers, but those papers could have been mutilated or trashed or whatever. And then a lot of those people that were emancipated in that way ended up going back, even though because they didn't have the proper paperwork. So at the end of the day, you can sit up here and say,
whoa, deep. They had the proper paperwork. It just wasn't proper enough, if you know what I'm saying.
I guess
technicalities always exist. Hey, Cletus, sprinkle some crack on them.
Yeah.
Is he or is he not in the possession of contraband substances? Well, it's on his chest. Is he in possession of it if it's on his chest, Cletus?
Yes.
Okay, book him then.
And we're not even going to talk about that, but we can still even run that back all the way to what they call it, those laws were called Black Crow laws, Jim Crow laws. Excuse me. Jim Crow laws was similar to that, and then still today, there's certain things on the books that are still on the books that are not enforced as much, but they're still on the books. Like I read a lot of the ARSs here, and I just because I like to make sure I understand what's going on. And there's a lot of things that I was like, what? Like certain things in Arizona that Native Americans, if they're caught off certain areas, they don't enforce them, but they're still on the books. So if they want to throw them on you, they can. So history
there's
is
a lot of those
always
in
going to be
still.
Yeah.
It's nasty. Let's get to some of these supers real quick. Too Cool with another $10 super said, Warren said that he went to his buddy's house, went to sleep because he was tired of and decided to wake up and say, "Where is Nolan?" When you had his phone. Excuse me. He said when you had his phone. Thank you. He said you knew he couldn't call because you had the phone. Yeah, I pointed that out before.
Yes.
When he gave his bullshit story about coming downstairs and he heard Wyatt, just like addressing like Nolan, and I was just like, yeah, where is Nolan? And this, that, and the third. Yeah, I broke all that down for sure. Good call. Sunshine, $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Said moving forward after this, do we want segregation? To be honest with you, I'm gonna answer that. It's not even gonna be a politically correct answer. I just believe that people who don't like certain people have their options as adults adults to put themselves in positions.
Picking up again, class.
Oh, we having some more internet stuff. Am I good, y'all?
They don't want you to say this, man. They don't want you to say this. That's what it's coming down to. Every time you try to say this, something happens.
Right. Yep. They're like, oh no. You're in and out still.
Every time he tries to say this.
Yeah, you're good now. You're in and out though. Hey, he's getting to the tilt mark. He's like, you know how much you use the internet?
Right.
But to answer the question on the segregation part, the information that I've seen myself, I am not insulated in that situation. I'm going to be perfectly honest. But I think people are going to do it naturally. To answer the question.
Yeah, this happens over time. In the majority of civilizations where there's been a melting pot full of people, it goes two ways. Either they get conquered by another group of people that say, well, those people are all living in a kumbaya type of atmosphere, or they civil against each other.
Right.
And it's happened multiple times throughout history that well normally what will happen is the melting pot over thousands of years, the melting pot stops being a melting pot, and then you have a bunch of people who are multiple shades of one race, right?
Right.
And this is over maybe 1,000 years, maybe 500 years, depending on procreation, the size of the community. But everybody eventually shares common DNA until another group comes in and either infiltrates the group or destroys it. That's usually what happens. This has happened all over for a very long time. It is nothing new. You know, even an amateur historian can tell you about this. So to answer that question, it's inevitable one way or another, because that's how people are. And no matter what people might think, having these fancy little silicone microchips and everything that we use that are in our faces, you know, all of these things, that does not mean that humanity has evolved. Sorry if y'all didn't know that. Humanity is the same as it was 1,000 years ago, same as it was 4,000 years ago. It hasn't changed. People are the same. There are tribes of people even in your face, and you want to act like there isn't, and that's completely fine with me for you to believe what you want to believe. But every time that I turn around and I look and see what people are doing and what they're saying and how things are working, I see tribalism. Well, he looks like me. I'm going to trust him a little bit more. He doesn't look like me. I'm not trusting him at all. And that's how it works.
Yeah, I just don't understand that the folks who don't like certain folks for whatever their reasons are, I don't understand why, instead of going out of your way to try to interact and inconvenience those said people who you don't like, why not just go out of your way to be around them as little as possible? You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. I don't really understand people who don't like a populace of people and then like hunt to go deal with them in whatever capacity. Like, if I don't care for you, I just don't want to deal with you at all, or as little as humanly possible. Like, I don't necessarily care for the police, but not because, well, part of because of what they've, you know, my experiences with them, but not even majority of that. It's just because I'm a mind my own business type of person, right? And so because I mind my own business, there's no reason for me to have police interaction. You understand what I'm saying?
They're not a mind their own business type of people.
Right. But if you mind your own business, you would understand why any police interaction at all is frustrating, because you're just simply minding your own business. I don't want to have to deal with you at all. For what? I don't care to say hello when I walk past you at the gas station. You're on the clock, do your job. I'm minding my fucking business. You know, so your job doesn't consist of talking to people like me. You know what I'm saying?
What am I doing that you have to talk to me while you're at work?
Exactly. And so, yeah, you can only inconvenience me. I'm a man. Police, I believe, are for women and children. As men, your job is to protect your fucking self. Too Cool is, when did the third boat leave? That must have been the boat he stayed with.
I don't know nothing about a third boat right now.
There is a third boat. Warren confirmed that there was 3 boats, 20 to 30 people across 3 boats. That is confirmed. That's a real thing. Now, whether or not there was 3 boats that all left at the same time, like Javon said, those 2 boats in particular were tied together. So
that's
two
what I'm
were
explaining.
right,
not
but
3 boats tied together.
Right,
From every piece of evidence that we have gotten, there was 2 that were tethered.
Right, but there are 3 that were a part of their party, and that doesn't mean that third boat couldn't have been of some assistance. That's
so
all I'm saying.
We need 20 subpoenas.
30. He said 20 to 30, so I'm going with the high number, 30.
30 subpoenas.
Yeah, and it's funny because he said 20 to 30 people, and Bart also gave 20 witnesses to the police. So, let's see. Too Cool said 1 to 30. Okay, we read that one already. Mighty Rico said, bro, Nolan has spoken from the spiritual world. He said everything in detail of what they did to him, drugged, taken to a house, older man killed him. Interesting. Let's see. Casual Germ said, did you guys cover the father going to prison over his son committing a mass school deletion, 15 years in prison? If not, that's a good topic. I don't run a true crime channel. Tez will get to that because he actually does news. I'm covering the Nolan Wells case because it blends in with my content, which is sociology. I'll be back to regular scheduled programming, integrating it in with covering this as we get more distance between the updates, but as long as the updates are daily, I'll be here daily.
The updates have been coming out really fast, y'all. Matter of fact, we haven't even been able to cover between these 2 channels. We haven't been able to even cover every update because of how rapidly they come out. I anticipate it being more quiet on the weekend, and Monday, I guarantee you around noon to 1 o'clock on Monday, we'll get even more updates about this case. I myself will be covering a lot of other things, but I also make sure that I'm going to cover this if an update comes out. I have to continue my due diligence on this, and I'm sure that Classic will say the same about his content. But you guys haven't gotten a normal human experience in about 3 weeks. You guys haven't gotten a normal nightcap in about 2 weeks, and maybe 3 now. 3 because you were on vacation for a week too, and we were doing it for a week before that.
Right.
It's been near a month since you guys have gotten a regular normal episode from either one of us, but both of these are still on brand for what I do and for what he does. And as long as there's something like this going on, it would be in our folly to not cover it. That would mean that we were just covering it for likes. That means we were just covering it for views. And that's not the truth. We are both invested in this.
Yeah.
In2tdep is definitely invested in this, the amount of information that he finds every day.
Right. I'm not even used. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. This is not even my forte. I'm trying to stay out of it. I didn't do the Carmelo, but what's interesting is this kind of hits home for me and personally, because I've experienced something not as drastic, but similar. So this is the reason why I'm even addressing the issue. Normally I'd be in the chat trying to warn off all these trolls. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Too Cool said, I wish you had a call-in show. We normally drop the link from time to time. Today we've already streamed for quite a while, so we probably finna wrap soon, but you just got to catch us on the right day. Normally, if you ask to come up, we'll let you. With something like this, having as much traffic as it does, dropping the link out into the open chat, you could get some weird people trying to join the stream. So
yeah, exactly.
It take a little bit of vetting, but yeah, we do call in sometimes. Susie said, and we all have our own channels. We'll give them to you in a second. You're probably watching this from the TezDown or the Classic Codes, because I don't think Deep. You're not streaming. You said you're not streaming.
I don't stream. I'm more in the back end, you know.
Yeah. Susie said, you probably seen this. Watch J Megan. She is alleging 4 boats due to the report. One say Tide Craft Bar, and Warren said Tide Line in the interview. Those are 2 different boats. LOL. 4 boats, everyone. I heard him say 3. I get what you're saying, but I can't verify that. But I heard him say 3, and I heard him say 20 to 30 people. So, I mean, I think we could start with that. And if there's a 4th boat, let's introduce that as well. But right now, everybody's only talking about 2 boats, and it kind of concerns me just a little bit, because if you leave a 3rd boat out that was potentially utilized for a strategic purpose, you know, speculating, then that could you know, hurt the investigation. But a thorough investigator is going to dig through that, because if I could think of it, they should, right? They're making the bucks for it. So, but that's all the super chat so far, and I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate y'all paying to be heard. There's one more. What did I miss? What did I? Oh yeah, AJ. Oh, appreciate it. AJ said, "Thank you for covering this with logic at Classic and Tez. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We always appreciate you, AJ. Thank you for the $20 super. Tez, you muted, gang.
Thank you, AJ. I appreciate you so much.
Yep, for sure, for sure. Let me see. Red Scholar said not sharing. What you mean? I don't know what she referring to. But yeah, man, we good. Let's move off of the Ben Crump investigation updates. And we probably get into some music. We had a lot of super chats, so we probably play some music and rock out. Did anybody have final takes?
No, we'll be back tomorrow. Actually, not tomorrow. I won't be back tomorrow. I have a lot to do tomorrow. I'll see you guys on maybe Sunday morning if I do a special one. If not, I'll see you guys on Monday.
For sure, for sure. Just so y'all know, I am the Classic Codes. So if you're catching this from the TezDown, make sure you come over to my channel, hit subscribe as well. And vice versa. Tez is at the TezDown. You see it there on his screen name. So slide over to his channel if you're watching me, and make sure that you subscribe to his page. Like you said, we do uniquely different content, but there's things that we collaborate on. This is one of them, which is the human experience. We do this at least once per week. So yeah, man, make sure you tap in over there. In2tdep, he low profile with it. He'll get his subs the way he wants to get them. He chilling, but yeah, man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button more so than anything, so y'all don't miss us.
I push you guys. I'd rather push you guys. It's not about I'm not in. I mean, if you want to get to my channel, it's cool, but mainly what I'm trying to do is help you guys get to the next level. That's what I am. But if anybody is interested in like needing a mod or assistance with that, I'm definitely down. I'll put my link in there if you guys want it.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, man, we on the road to 10K subs here at the Classic Codes. Tez on the road to 20K, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can run these numbers all the way up. But Tez, give them that 2-4 message, dog.
Oh yeah, I'm Tez. I'm 2-4. This has been the human experience with the TezDown and the Classic Codes with a special experience by In2tdep.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, I'm tripping. Look, I'm talking like I ain't finna play no music. If y'all want to drop off, y'all can. But I got to get them some music for these super chats.
Nah. You know, here for the duration. We love the music.
My bad. Look, I jump straight to the look. Sometimes I get in that mode. Like,
I kind of want to listen to that soul
you gonna drop,
food
Tez?
you was talking about.
Tez is gonna go to bed.
Okay, get you some rest.
I want that soul food. I want that soul food music. I was like, wait, hold on. I was listening to your video on soul food too, and then watching your friends and how you interact with them. This is like 6 years ago, but it's on his channel. If you really want to know about Classic Codes, I'm trying to tell you, before he was what you see now, you get a real big picture of this man. And I appreciate the fact that he actually puts that kind of stuff out, because most artists and or content creators don't really get as deep as what he was. I don't know what he was trying to do then, but he's more than just an entertainer. And if you want to know more about this man, I would definitely go into the crates like a DJ and try to find his old stuff, because that's how you get to know individuals. And that's probably one of the main reasons why I'm actually here, is because I actually get to see the insides. I won't say that. You get to know a person, and that's how I am. I like to deeply know people. If I mess with you, or if we're in contact with each other, I try to get to know the real you, not the personas, not the understandings of the outside of you. I want to know, hey, what makes you tick? Because then if we don't connect, I don't need you. So I appreciate that, by the way.
For sure. We'll open up with one from Soul Food too. This one called Breakthrough. Tez, I know you got to drop down, brother. Get that rest, man. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, we right back. Like Cook, you know what?
For sure. Take it easy, 2-4.
Later, Tez.
It's hard as hell trying to prove yourself to the world when you gotta try to prove yourself to your own circle. My energy low, trying to find a way to reel it back. Reasons to lose, probably hide them where my feelings at. Raising the bar, no, I don't know when those ceilings at. You see my locations, it was somewhere I was really at. No embellishments, my life is really lovely. I wear a lot of hats, I do a lot of juggling. Been broke, won't forget the feeling of it. Why you think I go so hard running up the budget? Yeah, why you think I go so hard doing what I'm loving? I'm black and I'm bougie, I need everything luxury. 4 stars or better, I ain't making no exceptions. Work hard for my money, need the fruits of my blessings. Like I ain't doing no balcony unless that thing is tinted. Like I ain't riding passenger unless the whip is tinted. Protect me with your life like I'm a member of the Senate. I get it, we worth more dead or in prison. I get it, this ain't no damn country, it's a business. They all want you dead when you black and you terrific. Yeah, find me for a flood, cause I cannot stop this dripping. Share the keys to victory, but some of y'all don't listen. Racist in their feelings, like somebody gon' feel them. We should build a time machine and put a pistol to the pilgrims. I'm celebrating Nat Turner on Columbus Day. I'm going back to Africa, classic Boomaye. When I arrived inside this jungle, they said Mumble Bay. I'm a lion here to inspire lions to live their greatness. I'm the diamond here to inspire shining and underrated. Know your worth, know all your value. Suckers are underpay you. Take a stand, make your demands, respect you though they hate you. Build your team from ground up and they can never break you. Read your paperwork twice and they can never rape you. Long story short, you on the road to your breakthrough. Talk to these folk, man. Long story short, you on your road to your breakthrough. Long story short, you on the road to your breakthrough. Making music full time, I used to work for cable. You would've thought my brother was Kane, I used to act unable. I'ma grind until I die, till my family's stable. A lot of horses in my engine like I got a stable. I'm the one that screamed out classic, turned it to a staple. Now I'm 2 seconds away from signing to a label. Yeah, after that, it's my own label. Classic League is the entertainment. What you hate more, working hard or living basic? I got my mind on like 7 acres. The car I drive gon' be a freaking spaceship. Classic. A drop top that I can cruise the lake with. Boy, you grind like you refuse to make it. The squad you ride with, you really naked. You pick your beats like you refuse to make hits. Some of these DJs refuse to play hits. Clown. Key components if you really want it. Gotta show consistency so they can see you on it. Stack them tracks back to back like you living homeless. Grind like your life depended on it. I gave the grind, my life depending on it. All my chips on the table, I got nothing left. Rapping first thing in the morning, flow hot as morning breath. Trying to turn the corner, it feel like it ain't no corners left. Boy, it's more to life than praying twice and waiting on your death. Speak about it, think about it, wonder why it's on your step. Universal laws, that's exactly how you manifest. Manifestation gon' be the reason why my family says. Some days I think I'm trash, some days I'm where my Grammy at. Snatch it away from the presenter, ain't no one hand me that. Who I wanna think, I'm pointing where my family at. I mean every word.
In between songs, I wanted to address this. Honey by Honest said true crime is sociology. The Nolan case will be on True Crime channel, but okay. Yeah, true crime is sociology, but all sociology is not true crime. That's what I was saying. Like, I'm able to cover it because it is still on brand for me, but on brand for me encompasses way more parts of sociology than just crime. That's all I was saying. Just wanted to clear that up. Let's get into some more work. Let's get it. This seemed to be a crowd favorite. Never could go wrong with the intro song.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. Oh no. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or a farming, I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't afford it. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come come up from the bottom. Whoa. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever rewarded. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? 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 You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Man, they lay in the cut, stay in the cut. Watch you blow up and won't show you no love. People I got the most hate from in life at one point or another. I thought we was bruh. One point or another, I thought it was love. One point or another, greet them with a hug. Now if I see them, greeting them with gloves. 16s, ain't no need to warm up. I got respect for myself. You gon' have respect for me and respect for that belt. Suggest you leave me alone. If you start up with me, I'ma take you through hell. Don't want no smoke, but if you want some smoke and you bring me some smoke, I'ma take an inhale. Don't do no running, I'm done with the talking. Let's get in deep waters, I'm taking them 12. Why you ain't say nothing? Oh, now you wanna say something. Why you ain't say nothing?
What?
Now you wanna say something.
Let's go.
Yeah. I lost a lot of family young. I feel like them angels working for me. Yeah. Give a damn how you feel. You don't like my music, you shouldn't. I made it for the real. No audition. I made it to the real. Was gonna buy a starter home, but now I save it for the meals. Young and handsome, you look this good and you get this fly, yeah, you gotta play the field. Road to success with my foot on the throttle. When I get to the top, yeah, I gotta change the wheels. Bulletproof Tesla, I gotta say the fuel. Mansion talk, mazel talk, money like the Jews. Running through these countries, we ain't running by your rules. Cause I was in Spain, had the bunnies by the tools. All glass high rise, citywide views. Anything less and I start to get confused. Start talking bargains and I'm feeling unenthused. We only do the Vista View suites on the cruise. They working for me. I'ma speak in third person, I know B-class certain of me. 3 hours set, they gon' have to close a curtain on me. Catalog thick as the strippers that be twerking on me. Didn't believe, now they secretly be lurking on me. They don't follow, but they secretly be lurking on me. They can't stand when you broadcast happiness. They can't stand when they see you going after it. They talk negative and pray on your downfall. But I really got the millies in my bag of tricks. Yeah, I'm really about to run it up. Back in, really about to sum it up. I remember when they laughed at me. Now they about to really have to suck it up. Make sure your haters see your moves. That's how you double down while you double up. Celebrating life, need a double cup. Salute to the underdog. Classic. They working for me. When my TT died, there's a whole new purpose for me. Ran my own race, it ain't never been a derby for me. Took the slow road, it ain't never been a hurry for me. Let's get it. The hard way. In the end, we gon' say we did it all way. Turned a brick wall into a hallway. I'm a bucket with the 16s all day. I'm the soul of the young old Kanye. Used to like a gin, I ain't talking about Bombay. Never gonna peak, I'm class, not Dante. Bars worth a meal like you ordering an entree. No days off, but it's double on Sunday. Easy. Yeah, I speak it, I command. My heart's desires into existence. You will call it coming to fruition. Me and my homies call it winning.
Yeah, man, we can't stop. We got a request. Let's go. Are we good? I'm good on internet. Cool. Thought I was buffering.
Yeah.
Deep, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Ah, we are frozen.
No, you're
Damn.
good. You're not froze.
Oh, we good? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear the whole thing. Oh, there you go. Hey, anyway, if y'all didn't check it out, you got to go and check out on Classic Codes. He has these stuff from when he was in his past. And what was interesting is that he talks about the actual creation of how he came up with him and his brother. And with his brother, sent him some beats. He said that they should do Soul Food too. And it was time for the next one because apparently he had a Soul Food 1 and then they were making the Soul Food 2. So him and his buddies were talking about back and forth how it was working off. And what was interesting about the whole situation is that everyone that was in the process of doing it, his brother was sending him beats every morning, and he would get them in the morning, and then he would knock them out over time after time. And then what was interesting watching that video, if you guys go and check out his Soul Food 1, 2, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, that it explains how the process of how he was creating, which was absolutely phenomenal. And then he talks about something interpersonal, which if you don't like him now, you'll like him even more, because I think people don't realize what they say until after they say it.
Yeah.
And then I pick up on things. I'm super observant about it. And you talked about, going through your process of going through therapy, and I went through therapy for similar things. And so I can hear that in your music. And I think that's why I resonate so much. And your music resonates with certain people. Like you said, you make it for the real people that are on the real. And so that's all I was telling everybody as you were coming back. But it's interesting. That song was on that particular cut, and then listening to the interview, now I understand the hot breath part. I'm like, what are you talking about? Waking up in the morning because before you even got up, before you brush your teeth, listen to some beats, and then you're like, let me get in this booth real quick, and inspiration hits you. And so I like that kind of stuff because I wake up to the same thing. Like I either wake up to a text from one of you guys talking about what you guys want to do, or a subject that, hey, that was, I was envisioning, and then I go into I call it the lab, and I start messing and tinkering around with stuff. So I think your music generates that kind of thought process, and how you have to bring yourself out of the lows to the high. And so that's why I can appreciate your music. And I think that's why most people really listen to your music. If you ask me, for me, that's just my own personal.
I agree. I definitely think I make motivational / inspirational type music, and I make underdog music, and a lot of people feel like underdogs. You know what I'm saying? I make underdog music. I've always been the person who, for lack of a better term, shines so bright that it's like, if I let you be who you are, I feel like it'll diminish me. Which is why I tell you guys all the time, I feel like I should have never participated in team sports. I should have just played individual sports, because it's always somebody who like, okay, you might be the best player on the team, or you might be this, you might be that, but I want to get my shots. Or if I let you shine, where does that leave me? Like jealousy, envy. That's why we talk about it with Nolan. You know what I mean? Right. Like you can tell Nolan had that glow. And then when you go watch his football highlights, you like, bro was cold. He wasn't average, like he was cold. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's like
he would have been a prototypical. He's the prototypical wide receiver. If you look at it, he can play the slot. He can play the. I didn't see him on the outside too much, but I think they wanted to get him the ball because the quarterback can only throw a certain type of pass. But if you look at it, if you look at his footwork on his X, he had a lot of good qualities. I think he was growing into his body, and that was probably why he didn't. People don't realize people develop different, especially with men, especially with sports, especially when you're growing into his body. And then you see how big his dad was. I'm like, yeah, and he would have filled out for sure. He
said this for sure, absolutely. He had a prototype wide receiver build for sure. He said this may sound corny to you all, but I'm so happy and proud to see so many black male YouTubers focusing in on Nolan Wells' case, pressing for answers. Not another YBM found, young black man found dead. That's it. Nah, for sure. Absolutely. It's you got different people doing it for different reasons. Genuinely, to be honest with y'all, my needle has been moving. So, and I've been viral before. So I'm not one of the people that's only here for clicks. I'm really invested. If I was only here for clicks, I would monetize every black body that pops up, right? Race baiting is a profitable thing. Pandering to any genre or populace of people directly is a brand. You can make it financially monetizable, like, because essentially you're just appealing to a niche.
Right.
So if it was all about bread, I would have covered Carmelo to no end. I would have covered, you know what I mean? That's all I would do. I would just do that and just try to stay algorithmically functional. But I actually have family in Mississippi. I used to spend time in Mississippi. I spent time in Arkansas. I spent time in Alabama. I have family in all of those places. I used to spend chunks of my summer in these places, you know what I'm saying? And then to grow into, young adulthood and even manhood and learn the history of some of these locations and understand what's still going on to this day, something must be done. And my brothers are hell bent on not taking up shield and sword. So I will ride with my people and fight this in whatever legal ways we can. So let's do that. Daughter said, I'm a 59-year-old woman and I'm proud of y'all. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And then I don't know what to call you, Blaze. Let's go, Blaze. Blaze said, found your YouTube. Good to hear y'all genuinely speaking on Nolan Wells. For sure. AS said, glad I found you. Glad to be found, man. Whatever can get my tribe to come on in is the best thing. So let's try to get a couple more songs in before this hotel internet starts tweaking. I should be back in studio. Next time y'all see me, I should be back in studio. But let's cook.
Are you making another beat, Daddy?
What up, nephew?
And Genius is my dad.
Another first thing in the morning hot breath special.
Hey, Lay. Yeah.
Classic.
I get it now.
Bass. Classic. Hard times ain't nothing at all. Really come from a struggle. Move around Michael Buffer. Always ready to rumble. All that mean is off the muscle. Y'all can't match my hustle. Screen bucket, that's a cuzzo. Bigger key to no muzzle. Lately I'm feeling exhausted. Think I'm tired of being humble. Cold jaw on the duffel. Chip on my shoulder, you don't wanna ruffle. Where I come from, everybody is cutthroat. Could've been dead, I'm just doing what I'm up for. My old homie jumped off the roof. I tried to shepherd, he was nutso. Life, win or you lose, you gotta pick it or choose. Inspired, chose to win. Now I went first on a cruise. The shortest path always straight. Why you all in your own way? You scream YOLO to be goofy instead of using that to be great. You black, you should be proud. When I die, split money with the apes. It's gonna be a ton, I'm running up the rate. My name on your tongue, I'm coming up the ranks. Consistency so persistently is the recipe. I cannot lose. My options in life is win, succeed, or win. How can I choose? I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So damn it, I think I'ma do. Survived a lot, I could've died a lot, but I'm here, got nothing to prove. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, woke up. Woke up feeling inspired. Treadwell, low pro tire. Grind like my needs are dire. I grind like my straights are dire. Woke up, woke up, woke up. Woke up. When I start getting awards, know that I deserve it. I ain't getting choked up. Confidence come from preparation. Fundamentals that'll separate us. I document it just so it makes sense when y'all clowns see me elevated. You the type to take the elevator. I take the stairs by the escalator. You proclaim that you work hard. I show and prove that I'm dedicated. Y'all got failure traits. Ain't did nothing trying to celebrate. Why? You procrastinate. I bet tomorrow's your favorite day. In a minute is your favorite time. Just a second is your favorite line. You got a million ideas. All of them on your mind. Ain't nothing getting done. You having fun, no fun. Loaded clip, no gun. You can't fight, you gotta run. Feel convicted, catch the punch. Heart beating, hit the drum. Sometimes you gotta show up. Instead of screaming, here I come. You would spend your last trying to flex. While you squatting, I'ma lunge. I can't fake it till I make it. I'ma make it then stunt. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up feeling inspired. Treadwell, low pro tire. Grind like my needs are dire. I grind like my straights are dire. Woke up, 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 woke up. Woke up feeling inspired. Treadwell, low pro tire. Grind like my needs are dire. I grind like my straights are dire. Feeling inspired. Feeling inspired. I'm only gonna Chicago, nigga. Woke up, woke up, woke up. We got a super chat from Rupert. Money. We got a super chat from Rupert. Rupert said, this is what's missing. I'll let that fade out. So Rupert said, this is what's missing. Cito calls should be recorded. They should have time and record of Wyatt's grandfather calling Cito Captain Seth. That call was an alibi. Yeah, they would probably have to subpoena Seth because the way it sounded, it almost sounded like the grandfather didn't go through the proper channel. Sound like he just called Seth on his line.
So they may have to subpoena Seth's phone records or even the grandfather's phone records, but I don't disagree. I think all of the details should be looked into because that's what warrants a thorough investigation. I'm with you 100%, Rupert, and I appreciate the super chat. Let's do this last one, and then we gonna slide. Or Farmer, yeah, we up and running.
They don't like it when you got that glow. And one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, or farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some smut on my name. I'ma still love them the same. I'ma love them from outside of the frame. I'ma love them from outside of the pain. That type of hate don't belong on my paint. That type of hate don't belong in proximity. Lord knows I love to match energy. Won't smoke, I know the back chimney. No hope with me once you an enemy. Well trained, I break you down clinically. BTA is my ministry. Laying that belt, laying that leather. It ain't no pics, it's with whoever. Ain't gotta like us, but you gon' respect us. Before I be soft, I'd rather be deadly. Let's get. Since I lost Sebastian, my heart has been heavy. Hard in my heart, now it's hard to be friendly. PTSD in my arms, he was heavy. Felt his heart stop, oh my God, I wasn't ready. Couldn't even walk, his last walk was with Granny. Heard he was sick and they said it was bad. I damn that collapsed, but my legs felt like jelly. Man down, I lost my family. Therapy dog, who gon' help with my sanity now? Think I'm about vanity now. Been in the gym, I'm trying to balance it out. Managing rage, out of line, some people jumped off the page. Bad time if you really won't play. Bad time for you to play with my name. It's Candyman if you say my name. How I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist. No stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Or farming, how I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Or farming, how I'm up in rank.
Yes, Lord. All right, y'all, man. It's been another great episode. If y'all don't do nothing else for me, make sure y'all stick to the codes. We got another classic. Yeah.
I'm only gonna do this once. Classic. Lord God, anything attached to me that could be holding me down and keeping me from my ascension. I pray that you detach that from me, so I can fly. They think ill about me, they still around me. Lord God, please set me free. I ain't going out like Gandhi, bet it won't be nobody next to me. Cause I'm watching the people I'm loving the closest way more than the people I don't. It's the people that hurt me the most in this life, be the people that's locked in my phone. They made a mistake, I gave them some grace. I make a mistake and they won't do the same. People be dishing out what they can't take and they take what they cannot get back to the game. I'm unforgiving cause I'm unforgetting. I harbor resentment, I know what you did. I am not Jesus, it ain't no repentance when I'm on a mission and moving relentless. Been here before, I know the feeling. Think it's forever, the end to be chilling. Mike Jackson, my life is a thriller. Close to midnight, I turn to the villain. Boundaries over sparing your feelings. Sebastian gone, you can cry me a rip. To be great, you gon' have to be different. When you say it, they gotta know that you